day. There's no getting around that. And I'm going to go over in the beginning 2 interviews that Ron DeSantis did yesterday. He did one with Piers Morgan on Fox Nation's app and one with Eric Bolling on NewsMax. But we got a lot to cover today. All right, here we go. It's showtime.
Now, back to the Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig.
All right, guys, welcome to the program. It is Friday already. Can you believe it? March 24th. And you know what that means? It means open phones on Friday. We call it Open MAGA Mike Friday. Anything and everything you have on your mind is fair game on Friday's program. You're not limited to the topics that we bring up on the air. Although I'm going to bring up some things, and there's a lot to talk about, and I hope you're interested in the topics I bring up. But of course, on Open Phones, Open MAGA Mike Friday, anything and everything you have on your mind is fair game on Friday's show. Toll free, no matter where you are listening to us at. 1-888-GO-CANE. 1-888-465-2631. 1-888-465-2631. Ron DeSantis did 2 interviews yesterday, and I watched them both. And I've got some clips. I've got, I think, 2 clips or so from each interview. One was with Eric Bolling on NewsMax. And the other one is Piers Morgan, the traitor. He was the celebrity apprentice. Now he's betraying Trump. Came all the way from London, England, to Florida to interview Ron DeSantis. And I'm going to play a couple of clips from each of those interviews, and we're going to talk about them. And I give you my thoughts on them, so you don't have to watch, in particular, the Piers Morgan interview. And then there's humongous news about the Trump rally in Texas, Waco, Texas, on Saturday that we're going to get into as well. This is huge, and there's a very important thing that we all must do. Now, I just want to say, before I get into these clips on Ron DeSantis, I want to ask you all what you think we should do here. We've spent a very rough week here. A week ago today, President Trump announced on Truth Social that he was going to be arrested on Tuesday. And because he turned the lights on, you know what happens? If you've got roaches in your house, what happens if you go and turn the light on? The roaches run. And that's what Donald Trump did when he posted what Bragg was doing on Truth Social. The roaches went a-running, and the indictment didn't happen. The arrest is not going to happen. And it would have happened if Trump had not let everybody know on Truth Social last Friday. Okay? So that's important. And we've had a rough week, in particular with Governor DeSantis. And we have all spent the entire week really going after DeSantis, deservingly. Okay? Governor DeSantis's behavior this week was outrageous. But I want to ask you all what you think we should do moving forward. And I'm not using the royal we, like say we when I mean me. I mean all of us. I mean the MAGA world. What should we all be doing in regards to Ron DeSantis? You got to be careful sometimes. And I'm not saying, hey, listen, everything we've said about DeSantis is deserved, and I'm not taking back anything. But I want to know what you all think we should do with Governor DeSantis moving forward. Is he at war with Donald Trump? Is he at war with MAGA, Ron DeSantis? I want to hear your thoughts on all of that. When I get into, after the first break, the clips of the interviews, there's some heavy things to talk about with Ron DeSantis. So I'm going to get into that. But first, let's take some calls here in the first segment. 1-888-GO-CANE1. And remember, it is Open MAGA Mike Friday. Anything and everything you have on your mind is fair game today. All right. Good morning. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Oh, boy. First call of Open MAGA Mike Friday didn't go too well. Well, maybe we won't take any calls till after the first break. People get nervous. That's okay. I get it. A little stage fright there. But before we break, let me just share this, okay? Um, both interviews were very different. The Piers Morgan interview was a fanboy interview. He was so excited. And there's some bond. I felt there was a bond that Piers Morgan felt with DeSantis. I'm not saying it went the other way, okay, for DeSantis, but it went certainly this way for Piers Morgan. Piers Morgan felt a bond over the betrayal of Trump because he's trashing Trump, and he felt a betrayal over it. I mean, a bond with DeSantis and both of their betrayals over everything that's gone on this week. And he took some really nasty swipes at Donald Trump, Piers Morgan. And, that interview, the interview with Piers Morgan, I have two clips from it, maybe three, but I think just two, was an hour long. And you know what it was? Do you know what that interview was with Piers Morgan and Ron DeSantis? I can describe it in one word: boring. Boring. Piers Morgan is awful. First off, that interview wasn't even for the American audience. It was for the British audience. Do they air his show over in the UK or something? Because he was talking to a British audience, not an American audience. It was very strange, but it was very boring, and it was difficult for me to get through. And let me count the number of sound bites I have. Okay, I have two. Yeah, I have two from each interview. So an hour-long interview, one-on-one with Piers Morgan and DeSantis. I have two clips. That's it. And I watched the whole thing. That's how boring it is. Piers Morgan sucks. And I'm going to say this about Piers Morgan after the break, because I looked at the clock. It's time to take a break. All right, our number 1-888-GO-CANE-1, because I want to make a very clear point about Piers Morgan before I play the audio sound bites. We'll take our break. It's the Steve Kane Show, Florida's longest running radio show on the radio since 1977, celebrating 46 years on the radio. I'm Brian Craig, back after this.
Don't sit on the sidelines.
All right, so yeah, I'm going to get into most definitely the Piers Morgan one first, and then we'll get an Eric Bolling, because they're very, very different interviews. Very different interviews. Oh, man. Welcome, everyone. If you're new to my channel, subscribe, and everyone like the video if you don't mind. That helps spread this video and my other videos to people on YouTube that have not yet found my channel, and that's a good thing. But I'm going to start with Piers Morgan. Then we'll get into Eric Bolling, and then there's a second thing that we have really got to get into after I get through these interviews. But what I want to ask people is, should we all? And I don't mean me when I say we. I mean all of us. Should we continue to go after DeSantis and expose DeSantis, or should we, after today, wait until something else happens? What should we do when it involves DeSantis? I'm pretty disappointed by the guy, I must tell you. Oh yes. You despise who? Eric Bolling or DeSantis? Well, you got to call me about that, Lisa, because I'm assuming you mean DeSantis. Yeah, I know it's not good. Oh man. Yes, yes. Yeah, it's better that it happened early than later. There's no doubt about that. No doubt about that. Thankfully. Yeah. Exposed DeSantis, yeah. Well, I'm curious to hear why you despise him after that interview, Lisa. I'm curious to hear your thoughts. This is the last commercial, then we'll be back. All right, here we go.
1977. It's the Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig.
All right, it sure is. Welcome back, everyone. You know, I tell you, this week, I've been taking alternative routes to get to the radio station because there's a lot of construction on I-95. In fact, I'm not going to give out locations because it's probably cleaned up by now, and I don't want to give people think I'm giving a traffic report, okay? Because I'm not. But 95 has been closed down northbound a couple days in the last week. So I'm taking everyone's celebrating all these new people that are moving to Florida. They don't know how to drive. All these Northerners, all these blue state refugees, all these Yankees down here, they don't know how to drive. First off, if you're from any of the north, I see these license plates from all over the place. I'm even seeing Hawaiian license plates on the Florida Turnpike and everything. The left lane's for passing. The left lane's for passing, especially if it's 2 lanes, that part of the turnpike, okay? That's very important. You don't get in the passing lane and go 65 miles an hour, okay? And here's the other thing. In Florida, you can turn right on red unless a sign indicates that you cannot, all right? Oh, my goodness. Really messing things up. I got to get that out because it's just really ticking me off. Now, yesterday, I got a text message from an acquaintance of mine named Rob, and Rob's a good guy. I met him up at Mar-a-Lago, and there was a Trump rally at Mar-a-Lago, and Rob, he's a really cool guy. There's a Publix a mile or so away from Mar-a-Lago. You know, the Publix where Melania shops with Barron, no doubt about that. And people oftentimes park in that Publix parking lot, but it's a long walk, and especially for elderly people. And Rob is kind of well known over there at Mar-a-Lago. He volunteers his own vehicle to be a private Uber Lyft driver. He does this at no charge, and he just drives people back and forth from the Publix to Mar-a-Lago where they're parked. And he's a real nice guy. So he sent me a text message yesterday afternoon asking me for the location of Anne Marie's in Pompano, and I gave him the address, you know, and I also told him Anne Marie's is on the northwest corner of Federal Highway and Copans Road in Pompano, in the same plaza as the movie theater. I told him all that in a text message, and he said, "Thanks, we're on our way." So he went with some friends, a group of people, over to Anne Marie's, and that was at 1 o'clock. And then at 2:12, I get another text message from him. This is from wow, Anne Marie's is incredible. And he capitalized every letter in the word incredible in the text message, and there's an exclamation mark at the end, which tells you, isn't that amazing? It's pretty awesome. That's right. Anne Marie's is incredible. And everything is homemade at Anne Marie's, including the sauces with Grandma's recipes. And that's a fact. Grandma's right there in the kitchen. And of course, on Tuesdays, starting this Tuesday from 2 to 6 at Anne Marie's in Pompano, kids eat free with the purchase of an entree by the parents. So that starts on Tuesday, 2 to 6. And that's a very good deal, especially with the rising cost of food. People are trying to find ways to budget at Anne Marie's. But Rob from Mar-a-Lago, good MAGA guy, says Anne Marie's was incredible. All caps on that, which is pretty awesome and a great endorsement. Thank you so much. Again, Anne Marie's in Pompano, the northwest corner of US 1 and Federal Highway, in the same plaza as the movie theater. Make sure you tell them you heard about them on the radio. All right, well, let's take some of these calls, and then we'll get into the clips on the DeSantis interviews yesterday. Good morning. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Montana Mark.
Hey, Mark. What's up?
I'm just going to say thank you for your hard work and the hard work that your wife does, because listening to you talk and then your podcast with your wife, I'm just slowly learning how to talk a little more constructively with people. So I just thank and appreciate your hard work.
Well, thank you for listening and your support, Montana Mark. Thanks so much. All right, now, so let me get to this. So DeSantis did 2 interviews yesterday, one with Piers Morgan on the Fox Nation app, and one with Eric Bolling. Let's talk about the fanboy interview with Piers Morgan, who's a jerk. Okay, so Piers Morgan, when he was on CNN, he had 2 amazing interviews. The one was with Howard Stern, who just cleaned his clock. And then he did a great interview with Robert Blake, who just recently passed away. And he confronted Robert Blake about murdering his wife. And Robert Blake is a nut. Well, was a nut. And it was a beautiful interview. But he got very political. In particular, he was obsessed with gun control. And I said this then, and I'm going to use this again now with his DeSantis interview. We don't want some redcoat over here in America telling us who our president should be, who should run for president, and in particular about the Second Amendment, Piers. And if you don't get the redcoat reference, you're probably a liberal. You know, we have the Second Amendment because of your ancestors, Piers Morgan, the redcoats. So I really don't appreciate having this Englishman over here telling us who our presidents should be and all of that. But anyway, I know, it's kind of ridiculous. I mean, that's just me. You know, when I travel to other countries, I don't start telling them who their leaders should be. All right? Would you? No, but you know, that's Piers Morgan. So let me play. I got 2 clips here. Let's see here. Yeah, this is the first one, and I won't comment or introduce it or anything. I'll just play the whole thing, then we'll talk about it. Piers Morgan interviewing Ron DeSantis.
A fatal error in your relationship with Donald Trump. You got too popular.
Well, I would say if you look at some of the change from that and all the way up, what's been the kind of the major thing that happened that's changed his tune was my reelection.
Right.
Wow. You know, that now again, I don't want to I'm not starting a Ron DeSantis hate fan club, okay? Anti-fan club, whatever you would call it. But that's kind of nasty. He's laughing at Trump with this redcoat Piers Morgan jerk. Yeah. Got thrown out of America once. Yeah. We don't want you here in Florida, all right, Piers? We like the Brits, but not you. So he thinks President Trump is jealous of him because he won re-election? I mean, that's an anger kind of thing to say. Right? That's an anger kind of thing to say.
A fatal error in your relationship with Donald Trump. You got too popular.
Well, I would say if you look at some of the change from that and all the way up, what's been the kind of the major thing that happened that's changed his tune was my reelection victory. Right. I mean, that's kind of the moment.
Well, because many of his picks in the midterms did badly, and you, who had been, you know, he was a mentor in many ways, I guess, early on, had this thumping victory. And I guess if you're him and you're desperate to get back to the White House, this was a bit of a nightmare that you were getting such validation in Florida.
My view, though, is like, look, we should want the country to do well. I want other Republicans to do well. I want them to eclipse me. You know, we're setting a great standard in Florida. We'll have everyone up their game. I want other governors to do a great job.
Which is your favorite nickname that Trump's given you so far? Is it Ron the Sanctimonious or Meatball Ron?
Well, I can't.
Even he went off Meatball Ron.
I can't. I don't know how to spell the sanctimonious. I don't really know what it means, but I kind of like it's long. It's got a lot of vowels. I mean, so we go with that. That's fine. You know, you can call me whatever you want. I mean, as long as you also call me a winner, because that's what we've been able to do in Florida is put a lot of points on the board and really take the state to the next level.
Okay. So that's one clip. There is 2 jabs he takes at Donald Trump then. First he said he's jealous of me because I won re-election. And then at the end, he says he's jealous of him because he won. He's a winner, which implies that Trump is a loser, which of course nothing could be further from the truth. So he said Trump is jealous of him and Trump is a loser and he's a winner. That's pretty snarky. That's pretty nasty. That's just anger. That's hostility. That's the kind of tone that you get because you're in some hate group. You know, I'm not a gossiper. I might think because I talk about things on the radio, I'm not a gossiper. except with my wife. My wife and I will, but I don't gossip with people. I don't get involved in office gossip. I'm not gossiping on the street, you know. I'm not a gossiper, but that's the kind of thing that happens when you're in this Trump hate bubble and people are yapping in your ear. Trump's jealous of you. You're a winner. He's a loser. And you won re-election and he's a loser and you're a winner. That I thought was pretty nasty, but that's not all. Wait to hear the next clip. All right. I'm Brian. It's the Steve Kane Show. Back after this.
Morning radio great again. It's the Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig.
Oh, man. Hey, guys. Yeah, someone texted me. I think it was Rome that my microphone was getting hit on my headphone cord. So I put my microphone on my reading glasses, which I think works. I just keep forgetting to put it up here. But this is where I'm putting my microphone moving forward. Am I reading too much into that, or was that like nasty? He's jealous of me because I won re-election. He's jealous of me because I'm a winner and he is an award. Oh, it was Christine. Thank you, Christine, the moderator. Christine, thank you, Christine. What do you guys think? Was that snarky? Was that nasty of Governor DeSantis? I think it was. Yeah. Yeah, and this mic is so light, I don't even feel it on the glasses. Yeah. I mean, that's just nasty. I don't get that. Nasty. Yeah, we had a caller yesterday who said that DeSantis sounds conceited. I did not see the Roger Stone interview. I did not. But so I got one more clip of Piers Morgan with DeSantis. But I really don't need I know we've got listeners in the UK. We don't want some redcoat over here in the United States telling us who our president should be and our candidate should be. So the idea that Piers Morgan is basically endorsing Ron DeSantis, is that a good thing? Yeah, it is nasty. Yes. So, honey, I shrunk the kids. Look, well, I really don't care about the look. This is radio, man. I don't care about the look. But yeah, absolutely. Huge ego. Yeah, huge ego. Yeah. Yeah. By the way, guys, take advantage of all these incredible specials at mypillow.com with my promo code Kane at checkout. I've been talking a lot about the MyPillow 2.0 with cooling technology, and that is selling like mad. In fact, more of our listeners are buying the MyPillow 2.0 than anyone else. I got a report from one of Mike Lindell's people. They were blown away by how many MyPillow 2.0s you and this listening audience have been buying. It's buy one, get one free on the MyPillow 2.0 with the cooling technology with our promo code Kane at checkout, Kane. And I told him, I said, people love them. I'm getting calls from people on the air how much they love them. I love mine. My wife loves hers. And they specifically called me yesterday to tell me how well the MyPillow 2.0s are performing with this audience. And they were asking me what I was doing that got them, selling. And I said, well, I bought it and I'm sleeping on it and telling people about how great it is. That's all I'm doing, and it's amazing. So listen, guys, a great way to support all of my content, my YouTube channel, the radio show, my podcast, everything I do with this MAGA content that I bring is to go to mypillow.com and buy something with my promo code Kane, Kane. You can use my promo code on anything there, as well as the My Store site. Mike Lindell's My Store. You can use my promo code Kane there too. And it supports the show big time. Okay. And Mike Lindell appreciates it, and, I've been in the meetings with Mike and everything else, and they, and it supports him and us. Absolutely. Yeah, he did. He was on, Mike Lindell was on with Bannon this week. Yeah, I'm talking about it. Mm-hmm. There's one commercial after this, and then we're back. Yeah, he does. Yeah, he does. Yeah, the My Store too. I don't talk about the My Store too much, but the My Store products, everything there you can buy using my promo code Kane, Kane. That supports all of my content too. So, and all of my pillow products I have, I've bought them all. They don't send them to me; I buy them. They would if I asked. Sometimes they ask me if I needed a My Pillow 2.0. I said I already got it. I've been sleeping on it. I bought it. Yeah, so I'll take some calls before I play the other clip from Pierce Morgan. But that first one was pretty nasty. Jealous of me because I won re-election. That's insane. You know, he just doesn't realize this is Trump's Florida, not Ron DeSantis's Florida, right? It's too bad. If Trump were in his second term now, he could run for governor and be the next governor of Florida. That'd be amazing. But the sheets are amazing too. The 100% Giza cotton dream sheets. I love those. Last night when I went to bed, I went to bed right after the podcast last night was done streaming, and it was like, Kathy, I said, I'm not getting up until my alarm goes off in the morning. Yeah, I was so comfortable.
Now back to the Steve Kane Show, celebrating 45 years on the air.
That's right. Welcome back, everyone. It is the Steve Kane Show. My name is Brian Craig. Our number 1-888 Go Kane 1. I thought that first clip I played, I thought that was really snarky and nasty of DeSantis. All right, well, let's find out what you all think before I play some more. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
This is Mike from Louisiana.
Hey, Mike, what's up?
You know, President Trump's instincts are spot on. You know, think about this. When he first called him the sanctimonious, right? People were kind of making fun of him and all that, making fun of President Trump for doing that. But his instincts were spot on. The sanctimonious is, you know, the guy is conceited. He thinks his little stuff doesn't stink, you know, like your wife said at one point, you know. So yeah, this is a guy. I mean, oh, I'm a winner. Well, why did you?
He's jealous of me because I won re-election. I thought that was really nasty. And then he says at the end, I'm a winner and Trump's a loser.
Well, how you got to ask yourself, how did he win in the first place?
Exactly.
Endorsed him.
Yes, he did.
Y'all would have had a criminal for governor.
That's right. That's right. Andrew Gillum. Right?
Yeah, you're a winner, but because of Trump, you know, and that's no joke. And this is a guy, obviously he's let people get into his mind. Maybe he was that. Well,
I'll tell you what's going on. He's in with the Bushes, so he's got Jeb in his ear and everything else. But his wife is in his ear, and you know, my wife and I are, because of the age we are, a lot of our friends have been divorced. And the worst thing for a married woman to do is to stay in touch with her divorced friends, because when a woman gets divorced, she tries to talk all the married women she knows into getting divorced too, and talks about how wonderful it is, you know, and all this stuff. And I've seen divorces happen because the wives are the divorce women are yipping. Jeb has his wife, Columba, working on Casey DeSantis about being first lady, right? And they got probably Paul Ryan's wife too, but definitely Jeb's wife, because they live in Florida. Jeb lives in Miami, and they're getting in their head, and their egos have just exploded.
They have, and think about this. I mean, look, every one of the Trumps, not just President Trump, all the Trumps live in Florida. They've all moved down to Florida. So, I mean, when you insult President Trump, you're insulting everybody in his family, you know?
That's right. Hey, appreciate the call. Mike from Louisiana. All right, you're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Yeah, this is Richie. Good morning.
Hey, Richie.
I tried to get you yesterday. Verizon would not go through your station, and I couldn't believe it.
Oh, well, you know, phones were busy yesterday.
Here's the deal. President Trump is very driven. He's very successful. He's always been successful. from the very beginning, the guy is results orientated, and he wants results. He wants America first. You saw DeSantis. We were fooled. We thought Charlie Crisp was a good governor and a Republican, but he really wasn't. And if you can remember the funeral with all the presidents, and they were all sitting next to each other, Trump was in the back there.
Oh, the one where they handed out the envelopes to everyone except Trump.
Right. This is my theory here. Okay, that Ron DeSantis is just in the good old boy club. We didn't know it, and that's a fact. And Trump, and by the way, President Trump is not a loser because he actually got more votes than any other president.
That's right. So do you think that DeSantis's comments, like Trump is jealous of me because I won re-election? And I mean, that sounds petty and snarky. It's not the Ron DeSantis we've known and loved.
Well, because we were fooled, and you were fooled, and I was fooled, and everyone's fooled. And I'm going to say another thing. You brought up the other day, who should he run with? Forget about Christy Nome. She was on last night. She has got to be the most boring person in the world. So I'm sorry. You got to have a personality. She's a great governor, but she's boring, totally boring. And by the way, South Dakota's population is not that much. I think their electoral college is.
Yeah, like half.
Trump needs somebody energetic, somebody who's not afraid to stick up for him and stick up for herself. And that is Carrie Lake. And I could care less about her credentials. She's been in the private sector for 27 years, a very successful, driven woman, and she's got it all. She's a rock star. Because she hasn't been elected in an elected office, look what we got in there now, Kamala Harris. You think Carrie Lake's got more?
Well, look, Donald Trump never held elected office until he became president, and he did pretty all right, didn't he? These career politicians are bad news. You know, I thought that. Did you watch either of the interviews with DeSantis, Bolling, or Morgan?
No, I wouldn't watch it because first of all, Piers Morgan is a liberal. He was with CNN. He's just a total English. Listen, this guy, he's up to Queen and Kings behind. He's all about England and.
Well, and that whole interview was for the British audience. He asked DeSantis about the Queen. Who cares what he thinks about the Queen?
Hey, Brian, I tell you the truth. It's got to be Trump. It's got to have somebody in there that's going to be on his side, and you can't trust anybody in Washington.
That's true.
In the South, we're finding this. That's why Kerry Lake is the only one that he should, because it would be a firebrand. Can you imagine them two came all over the country?
Well, what we need is loyalty, and we need someone who's going to take on the fake news and take on the debates. I've seen Carrie Lake's debate when she was running for governor. She debates like Trump. She is a pro. She wipes the floor with her opponents.
Photogenic, personality, very exciting. The governor that won that race, by the way, wouldn't even get on the stage with her because she feared her.
She's smart. She's smart.
Man, 150%.
Oh yeah.
He doesn't have to worry about watching his back with her. I'm telling you, and just look like I said, Kamala Harris and Carrie Lake.
Oh, beautiful. In what capacity? As president? All right, take care, Rich. I don't know exactly what he means by that. Okay, so here's the next clip. This is, I only have 2 clips of each. This is the second clip of Piers Morgan interviewing Ron DeSantis, and it just was so weird what he asks that I had to share this with you. Okay, so this is the only other clip I have with Piers and DeSantis. Listen to this. Very strange.
Have you read Mary Shelley's book, Frankenstein?
I have not.
Okay. It's a great book, and obviously it's spawned several movies. But there are prophetic words of warning from Dr. Waldman to Dr. Frankenstein. You have created a monster, and it will destroy you.
And you're alluding to what? I have seen the movie, though.
Okay. Now, I don't think anyone has read Mary Shelley's Frankenstein. That book is like a bug killer book. It's huge, and the print's really small. So is he calling President Trump, Dr. Frankenstein, and Ron DeSantis, Frankenstein's monster. I'm not exactly sure, but let me play. Very strange.
Have you read Mary Shelley's book, Frankenstein?
I have not.
Okay. It's a great book. Obviously, it's spawned several movies. But there are prophetic words of warning from Dr. Waldman to Dr. Frankenstein. You have created a monster and it will destroy you.
I have seen the movie, though. It is a good movie.
You know what I'm talking about. Governor. It's like when Dr. Frankenstein creates a monster, then loses control of the monster, and then the book obviously the monster ends up killing you.
Well, look, at the end of
You know the parallel I'm making.
at the end of the day, what's best for the country, and let's put the country first rather than worry about any personalities or any type of individual.
Now, keep in mind, this is the guy who just said Trump is jealous of me because I won re-election. I'm a winner. He's a loser. But it's not be petty.
You know,
At the end of the day, I'm a vessel for the aspirations of the people I represent. It's really not about me. It's about whether I can be someone. Yes, you have attributes, leadership, some of the things you mentioned, thick skin, I think is important. But ultimately, it's about them. It's not about me. And I think if every elected official thought that way, we'd probably get what Ronald Reagan said, there's no limit to what you can accomplish if you don't care who gets the credit.
Okay. Wow. There you go. There you have. There's only 2 clips from the Piers Morgan interview. You can skip the whole thing. It's an hour long and it's terminally boring, but just a very strange interview. Sometimes you see people on television and they're just a little bit here and a little bit there and they're polished. And then you start seeing them a lot. And because they're doing so much, you start to see the real personality. And I feel like that's kind of what's happened with Governor DeSantis. We've seen the real personality of Ron DeSantis. And it's not very likable, is it? No, it's not. There's a lot of negative qualities involved in that personality. Very petty, I thought. And I don't appreciate the insults that he threw at Donald Trump. And this weird Frankenstein question of Piers Morgan. What a jerk he is. All right, now we're going to take our last break of the first hour. When we come back, I'll take some more calls. And then I've got 2 clips from the Eric Bolling interview with Ron DeSantis, which was a little different. We'll be right back.
The cold, hard truth. Delivered morning 6 to 9 right here on The Steve Kane Show.
Isn't that weird? I know. Yeah. So he's Frankenstein's monster and Trump is Dr. Frankenstein. Come on. What a dumb question that he asked with a strange setup. Piers Morgan is so overrated. It is strange. It was very bizarre. Yeah, that's why there weren't any clips of it this week on Fox. It was not really clippable. It was uneventful and terminally boring.
Russia is a gas station masquerading as a country. John McCain famously opined that Russia is a gas station parading as a country.
He's basically a gas station with a bunch of nuclear weapons.
Oh my gosh. Can you text that to me? I'll play it when we get back. That's amazing. Mike just found something that's amazing. Oh my goodness. Did you guys hear that? I'm going to play this on the radio when we get back. Oh my goodness. Thanks, Christine, by the way. Oh my goodness. Let me cue this now. Oh, you're going to hear it when we get back. This is crazy.
Masquerading as a country. John McCain.
I'll play it when we get back. This is crazy. Well, is it what really the question is, will it ever be Ron's turn after the way things are going right now? Okay, that one's playing. Oh, this is amazing. This is really scary stuff. One more commercial, then we're back. I think that's significant. You know, Laura Loomer said yesterday that Ron DeSantis doesn't own a car or a house. And that's weird. You know, when you reach that level, you should own a car. I don't know many adults that don't own a car, right? All right, welcome back. I'm Brian. It's the Steve Kane Show. Call us on hold, stand by. In a moment, I'm going to play a clip for you. Mike, our board op, he found a montage online that he sent me involving Governor DeSantis. Is going to blow your mind. Wait till you hear this. You're gonna be like, oh my goodness. This is going to set off sirens in your mind. But first, I want to tell you this. You know, my birthday is next month. And, you know, as you get older, you know, you might be feeling pain. You might be in pain. And I was in pain. I had arthritis pain. I had my pain in my knee from my knee injury. And I just thought, well, you know, I'm getting older now. And that's what life is like. You're in pain when you get older. That is not the case. My chiropractor, Dr. Philip Appleton, rid me of my arthritis pain after just one treatment with his laser away pain treatment. After just 2 treatments, my years of suffering from knee pain gone, and the pain has not returned. My knee he treated about a year ago. The pain has not returned, and I'm so much more active, you know, doing stuff all the time. Earlier this week, I was on the skateboard out in front of the house before I came to work. You know, I couldn't skateboard because my knee hurt too much. It was my right knee. That's my kicking foot. You know, I couldn't do it. Now I'm back on the skateboard. You know, his laser away pain treatment works on all kinds of pain: arthritis, neuralgia, bursitis, hip pain, lumbar pain, muscular contraction, sciatica, strains and sprains, tinnitus, tennis elbow, neck pain, stenosis, whatever kind of pain you have, Dr. Philip Appleton's laser away pain treatment can rid you of it. No appointment is necessary, and walk-ins are welcome, even on Saturdays. He's open Monday through Saturday. I usually, when I've gone to see him, I go on Saturdays. You just walk right in. Appointments are not necessary, and walk-ins are welcome because Dr. Appleton knows when you're in pain, you need help, and you need it now. With the laser away pain treatment, which is FDA approved and works, there are no injections, no drugs, no surgery, and no downtime. That's right. Dr. Appleton is a chiropractic physician, and he wants to rid you of your pain. You can find him online at appletonchiro.com or give him a call, 954-973-0710. 954-973-0710. That's 954-973-0710. All right, call us on hold, stand by. So Mike, our board op, came in during the break and gave me a clip here that I'm going to play for you that is going to blow your mind. It's a short clip, and I might play it twice in a row because the first time you hear it, you may be in such shock. You may be like, I didn't hear that. So I might play it twice in a row, but listen to this. You're going to hear 3 voices. The first one's John McCain. The second one is Mitt Romney, and you'll recognize the third.
Russia is a gas station masquerading as a country.
John McCain famously opined that Russia is a gas station parading as a country.
He's basically a gas station with a bunch of nuclear weapons.
Russia is a gas station masquerading as a country.
John McCain famously opined that Russia is a gas station parading as a country.
He's basically a gas station with a bunch of nuclear weapons.
Wow. That means that Ron DeSantis has the same people working for him that worked for John McCain that went on to Mitt Romney. By the way, 2 losing presidential candidates. All right. That is, I've got goosebumps. Thanks, Mike, for doing. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. That's amazing. That's amazing. Oh, man. I'm going to keep that one. I might do a whole podcast just on that clip. That's some scary stuff. Oh, my goodness. Good morning. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hi, I'm Brenda McIntosh calling from Ohio.
All right. Good morning, Ohio. What's on your mind?
Well, I was just wanting to comment on the conversation about Ron DeSantis.
Well, you're on the air.
Okay. Well, I, like many people, very much admired Ron DeSantis because of the work he was doing in his governor position, and because he seemed to have true conservative values, and Trump supported him. I wasn't really concerned about the fact that Trump snipes at him, because he does that with so many people and it's not really significant. And if Ron DeSantis wanted to snipe back at him, that would be fine too. But to not take a strong position against a leftist persecution of him illegally for things that he didn't do, to me, was beyond the pale. That's measure to a little sniping.
Well, what he was hoping, but it seems like Governor DeSantis was thinking, oh, great, this will be my opportunity. If Trump's locked up and can't run, I'm just going to walk in. He was trying to get his opponent arrested.
Well, I think also he believes, because he has done so well as governor, and because he has so much support, positive support because of that, he thought he doesn't need Donald Trump anymore. But he's wrong. He did still need Donald Trump. And he can't attack him the way he has when he's down, without losing support of Trump.
Well, you know, go ahead, Carl. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's okay. But I would also, in terms of a great VP for Donald Trump, I'd like to see General Flynn, Michael Flynn. I think that Carrie is great. I love her, but I think he needs her as governor.
There's something up with Michael Flynn. There's something up with General Flynn. When President Trump was president-elect and he went to the White House to meet President Obama, President Obama told him in private, you can hire whoever you want, but don't hire General Flynn. Yeah, and there's something about General Flynn that they just don't like. But the thing with Ron DeSantis,
we're afraid of having him at Trump.
Well, I think General Flynn could be maybe the Secretary of Defense for President Trump's second term. That wouldn't be a bad idea. He was a general and all. But I'll tell you this about Governor DeSantis. Governor DeSantis, because I'm in Florida, we love him, but we really love Trump. And the reason we love DeSantis is because Trump loved him. And now he's betrayed. He's betrayed our great MAGA king. And that's not an insult, calling him a MAGA king. He's betrayed our great MAGA king, and we just don't like him anymore. I mean, that's it. And you can't trust him.
I would have been okay if he made up a funny nickname for Trump, because Trump does that to everybody. That wouldn't have mattered.
Yeah, guys joke around with each other. Guys kid and joke around, but this is different.
But this was different. This was very different. I don't like it. It's totally turned me off of Ron DeSantis.
Yeah. Hey, listen, thank you. Thank you for the call from Ohio, my home state. Where in Ohio are you, by the way?
Cleveland.
Oh, Cleveland. Been to Cleveland many times. I'm from Columbus originally, but I've been to Cleveland many times. That's where the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is. That's right. All right. Take care. Thanks so much. Yeah. And all the jokes made about Cleveland are well deserved, I must tell you. It's true. I'm going to play the Eric Bolling clips after the top of the hour. Okay. Eric Bolling on NewsMax interviewed President Trump, Ron DeSantis last night, and asked him some questions about President Trump. I'm going to share with you. One in particular was really upsetting. So I'm going to do that after the top of the hour, because I want to spend some time on that. But I'm going to talk a lot about something that's very important. President Trump is having a rally in Waco, Texas tomorrow, Saturday night. Okay. It is, and there's something about it that is very, very important. Now, most of you know that President Trump has been reinstated to all the social media platforms, Facebook and Twitter. What you may not know is that he was readmitted to YouTube. Donald Trump's YouTube channel, Donald J. Trump, is now back. And President Trump, and it's announced on his YouTube channel, is going to live stream his rally in Texas tomorrow on his YouTube channel. And I'm going to talk about this at least once an hour today. And I'm good. And a lot of people aren't going to like what I'm going to say, but it is very important for you and everyone you know to watch President Trump's rally on his YouTube channel. It's Donald J. Trump. And I'm going to tell you why. And now I did look this up last night. To my knowledge, the world record for the largest number of viewers to a single live stream on YouTube is a little more than 8 million people. If we could make the new world record, Donald Trump's live stream of his rally on YouTube on Saturday night, if we could hit 10 million or more, that would be a massive news story Monday morning. And that would send a strong, strong message. And I know a lot of you like right side broadcasting. Well, put them on another device. But it's most important to have President Trump on YouTube during his live stream. It's Donald J. Trump on YouTube. And if Donald Trump can break the world record for the largest number of views on a YouTube live stream during his rally Saturday night, that is a massive statement. That is a massive news story. It'll be all over the place. It'll freak them out, and the uniparty and the media. And it's very, very important. I've already clicked on the notification. I've already liked the video. It's up there. Now it's not airing now, but you can go and subscribe to his channel and click on a notification. You'll get Donald J. Trump. It's the president's official YouTube channel. And he's going to live stream his rally in Waco, Texas. And, we've got 2 days because it's Saturday night. So you have all day today and all day Saturday. Okay. Tell everyone you know, even if they don't have YouTube, to get YouTube and watch President Trump on YouTube Saturday night. It is so important. Now, the exact world record, I wasn't able to get the exact number. Just a generalization. It's what I've seen said oftentimes is more than 8 million, which means less than 9. And this is for a live stream, not the most viewed video, for a live stream. If we could get that up to 10 million or more, that is a statement better than any poll that could be imagined. Okay. And I'm going to do my part and tell you guys about it at least once an hour today. I'll be talking about it all weekend. I'm going to be on YouTube over the weekend promoting this. And it's important. So with all due respect to right side broadcasting, put them on another device. Okay. You got phones and iPads and, it's on your television set and everything. It's more important to get Trump's numbers up. And a lot of people are going to tell you, there's people in my live stream chat room saying, I'm going to watch it on right side. Right side broadcasting, I'm sure, are not happy that Trump's YouTube channel is back and he's streaming the rally. But for the rally, and particularly the first rally, he needs those high numbers. It would just be a very powerful statement. So it's very important on YouTube, no other platforms. Donald J. Trump on YouTube. The rally will be live tomorrow night. Tell everyone you know. All right, we'll take our break. It's 7 o'clock. I'll be right back.
WWNN Pompano Beach, WIRK.
It's important. It's important. And I, a lot of people aren't going to promote it that way. It's Saturday night. Well, I don't want to say the exact time because people are in different time zones. But if he could break the world record for the largest number of viewers on a live stream, that's insane. That would be amazing, wouldn't it? That would be a story that would spread across the world. You put right side on another device. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I don't give out the time. It's just Saturday night because everyone's in a different time zone. It'll confuse people. But you got to get everyone to watch it on YouTube. I know right side broadcasting have to be like sick about it, but it's important. It's a statement. It really is a statement. And I'm going to have it on, believe me, on my television, on my phone, on my iPad. I'll be watching it. Oh yeah. I mean, if he broke the world record for the largest number of people watching a live stream. That'd be crazy, wouldn't it? No, the numbers are not meaningless. Okay, the numbers are not meaningless. Do you think Donald Trump would like to break the world record for the largest number of viewers to a live stream on YouTube, especially his first time back? I've watched it twice, the new episode of Picard. Yes, yes, yes. It's very, very good. No, this is, believe me, I'm going to tell everyone I know to do it. It's so important. It's better than a poll. It's another kind of poll. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Nothing against right side. We all love right side, but we got to make a statement. That's right. That's where I'm going to watch it. I'm going to watch it on Trump's channel, Donald J. Trump on YouTube. Exactly. You guys can spread it too, because you guys got connections. I've got connections, 6 degrees of separation here. That's right. There's 75,000 waiting already. Wow. Let me see. Yeah, it's in 34 hours. The stream will start. 3,000 likes. Mm-hmm. That would be massive. Just massive. Yeah, that's right. Now, listen, guys, there's over 1,200 in the live stream right here, right now. Please like the video. And if you're new, subscribe. This is where MAGA comes to talk, people. This is the most pro-Donald Trump place you'll find anywhere. Yeah, I couldn't get an exact number on the world record, just a vague over 8 million. We've got 2 days. 2 days. Oh, no, let the Never Trumper come in here and expose themselves. Maybe we'll win them over. Oh, yeah. Could you imagine? On a live stream, and think about it. When there's the story of him having so many millions of views on YouTube, how many people after the fact are going to go and watch it? Don't want to watch it on Rumble, Deborah. YouTube. Forget Rumble. YouTube. It's important to watch it on YouTube. You don't want to split the audience. You want to direct as many people to YouTube, not Rumble, nowhere else. You don't want to divide. We want to break a world record. No Rumble, YouTube. That's right. Don't let people tell you to go to Rumble. That's stupid. That's stupid. You want him to get the world record. Donald J. Trump on YouTube. Yeah. It's crazy. Well, that would be amazing if so many people watched on YouTube that it crashed. That's an amazing story. So many people went to watch Donald Trump live stream of his rally that YouTube crashed. That'd be a great story too. All righty, welcome back. I'm Brian. It's the Steve Kane Show, Florida's longest running radio show. It is open phones on Friday. We call it Open MAGA Mike Friday. Any and everything you have on your mind is fair game on Friday's show. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
It's Evan, Doug.
Hey, Doug.
You know, man, I watched the NewsMax interview with DeSantis, and I found myself listening more for what he says negative than what he says positive. You know, this guy it sounded more like a real politician to me than what I used to think he was.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, he answered any question too carefully, and I don't know, man. I'm hoping they'll change his ways.
I found, Eric Bolling's very good, but I found both interviews to be rather boring, and the Piers Morgan one was even more boring. And Ron just wasn't that interesting in either of them.
Well, it wasn't a very good interview, and especially when he doesn't want to answer questions the right way. You just try to avoid them. I mean, I guess that's a politics.
Well, did you hear that? Did you hear that clip I played that Mike the board op found? Oh, well, you must have been calling. The show starts at 6, Doug. You know that, right?
Get used to the damn time zone. I'm getting up late.
Okay. Well, I'll give you a break. You had that car accident recently. Okay, listen to this. Now, this is a montage. It's you hear John McCain, then Mitt Romney, and then you hear a third voice. Listen.
Russia is a gas station masquerading as a country.
John McCain famously opined that Russia is a gas station parading as a country.
He's basically a gas station with a bunch of nuclear weapons.
Wow. So Ron DeSantis is using the same line as Romney and McCain, which means that his advisors and writers, speechwriters and stuff, are the same people as McCain and Romney.
Nice. I didn't know that. Apparently, you can't judge the book by the cover. I thought he was going to be the next Trump, and I don't think so. He still has to show me that he's think he is now, man.
That's true. All right, take care, Doug. All right, conservative Doug. All right, now, so in the first hour, I played the clips of the Piers Morgan interview, which I'll replay at least one of those later. So Eric Bolling last night on NewsMax interviewed Governor DeSantis, and I've only had 2 clips from that one too. The second one's the one I really want to talk about the most, but I'll play the first one, just 2 clips. Here's the first one. This is Eric Bolling with DeSantis last night, and he's talking to him about stepping down as governor to run for president.
And they're worried about losing you as a governor if you do, in fact, run for president. Are they going to lose you?
Well, we have term limits for governor, Eric. So in 2026, one way or another, there'll be 2 candidates running, and I will not be one of those. That's just the nature of it. So it's all good.
Okay. So now that's interesting, because what has inspired this question, for those that don't know, Florida law currently prohibits you holding office and running for federal office. Okay. And he dodged the question. Eric Bolling wasn't asking what he's going to do after his second term is over. He was asking him if he's going to, because Florida law says to run for president, you have to resign as governor. Eric Bolling was asking him if he's going to step down as governor of Florida so that he can run for president. And he dodged the question.
And they're worried about losing you as a governor if you do, in fact, run for president. Are they going to lose you?
Well, we have term limits for governor, Eric. So in 2026, one way or another, there'll be 2 candidates running, and I will not be one of those. That's just the nature of it. So it's all good.
Wow. Yeah. So just dodge the question. So what does that tell you? What do you take from that? I'll tell you what I take from it is that he's prepared to resign as governor and run for president, not finish. And that didn't do very well for Sarah Palin. And it also has not helped Nikki Haley that they didn't finish their terms. This idea that people in Florida don't want to lose him as governor, they don't feel so strongly about that today as they did a week ago, right? No. So this is the only other clip I have of the Bolling interview. This is Eric Bolling on NewsMax with Governor DeSantis last night. And this is another one where DeSantis is going to take a swipe at Donald Trump. And Eric Bolling, who's a Florida resident now, by the way, Eric Bolling asks Governor DeSantis if he would run and be President Trump's vice president in his second term. Listen to this.
If he tapped you to be his vice president, if he were the nominee, since you haven't thrown your hat in the ring yet, would you be willing to serve as vice president with Donald Trump?
I think I'm probably, more of an executive guy. I mean, I think that you want to be able to do things. That's part of the reason I got into this job, is because we have action. We're able to make things happen, and I think that's probably what I'm best suited for.
Wow. So yeah. So what does that tell you? It's either the top or nothing. What that's telling me is that Ron DeSantis is saying that he will not serve in the Trump administration, isn't it? Is that what it sounds like to you? That he will not serve in the Trump administration, that he is a executive, he's a leader, he's a star, he's the leading man. He's not going to play second banana. So it's the presidency or nothing. These two interviews are interesting and different, and I'll tell you what makes them different. The Piers Morgan interview was taped days ago, right? That was taped days ago, before the negative blowback that DeSantis has received for his disgusting behavior over this New York indictment and arrest of Trump. Okay, so this Eric Bolling interview, though, that was yesterday. So after all the feedback, after all the discussions that people are having, after people being very vocal, being disgusted by his reaction and refusal to help President Trump, he's still talking that way. So I would have thought, the Piers Morgan interview, since it was before the negative blowback, I was very interested to hear his first interview post, and we just heard it. And it's not good, is it? It's not good. He didn't redeem himself at all. And when President Trump gave him that name, Ron DeSanctimonious, he knew what he was doing. All right, we'll take our first break of this hour. It's the Steve Kane Show. My name is Brian Craig. Our number 1-888-GO-KANE 1-888-465-2631. And remember, it is open phones on Friday. You're not limited to talk about these topics I'm bringing up. I hope you find enough interest in them to do that. But you can, of course, it is open MAGA Mike Friday. Anything and everything you have on your mind is fair game on Friday's show. 1-888-GO-KANE 1. I'm Brian Craig. We'll be back right after this.
Don't sit on the sidelines. Get in on the action. Call the Steve Kane Show live on air now. 888-GO-KANE 1. This is the Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig.
I got to tell you, that is disappointing. Very disappointing. That's right. Wow. That's something else, guys. That's true. We got to start by getting the car. No, that's not true. If you watch my channel, I do. Oh boy, I tell you. I would have thought that DeSantis, in his first interview after the blowback from his reaction to everything going on in New York, that he would have cleaned up his act a little bit, but he like doubled down with Eric Bolling. That's why that interview is so important. The Piers Morgan interview was taped before all the feedback from what had happened. It sure is. That's not true. Steely Dan doesn't know what they're talking about. Mm-hmm. I know, it's very disappointing.
On the air since 1977. It's the Steve King Show.
All right, welcome back. Callers on hold, stand by. It's the Steve King Show. I'm Brian Craig. I want to talk a moment about Tom Laporta at Laporta Contracting. You know, Tom Laporta, who will never sell you a roof you do not need, can handle any type of roofing job, residential home. He not only does new roofs, he does repairs. If you just need a simple repair, he'll do that. He'll never sell you a roof you do not need. He also works on commercial roofs, schools, municipal buildings, office buildings. Also is available for emergency repairs. He covers the entire state of Florida. Tom Laporta at Laporta Contracting. And here's something that's absolutely amazing. Okay, there's new laws in Florida involving the insurance companies that allow Tom Laporta from Laporta Contracting to deal directly with your insurance company on the cost of the repairs to your roof or a replacement. That's right. You know, when you call your insurance company, which is the first thing you should do if you need a insurance claim and have a damaged roof, think you need a new roof, think you need a repair, you call your insurance company. For the insurance company, they'll quickly oftentimes offer you a check, but it's never, they want you to sign off and get that money and get out of their hair and not pay you what you need for the repair or for a replacement. They just want you out of their hair and to give you as little money as possible. If you've ever gone through a homeowner's claim, you know what I'm talking about. By the way, this doesn't just apply to homes. This applies to any property insurance, okay? And I had this happen about 15 years ago or so. We had a hurricane. I needed a new roof. The insurance company said they'll only cover a repair, which was absurd. And I had to hire a public adjuster. And the public adjuster, about a year later, got me a settlement from the insurance company for a new roof. But the problem was they got 20% of it because they got me the settlement. I had to give 20% to the public adjuster. I still had to buy a roof. So I had to come up with that other 20% out of my own pocket. With the new Florida insurance laws, Tom Laporta at Laporta Contracting can negotiate directly with your insurance company. You may not need a public adjuster. You can do away with that middleman and not have to come up with that 20% for the repair job or the new roof. It's pretty amazing. Now, Tom Laporta is a good MAGA guy. I'm going to give you his number, and this number rings directly to his cell phone. And remember, he covers the entire state of Florida. 954-604-4602. 954-604-4602. That's 954-604-4602. And online, LaportaContracting.com. All right, let's go to the phones. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Hey, Jeff, what's up?
Hey, I remember when he was running for governor, he said that when he won it, he was going to finish his job. Remember he said that?
Yeah, means both terms.
And he wasn't going to run. Now, I want to hear his explanation why he has decided not to finish that. And the first question I was asking him is, you won't be around in 2026 if you decide to run against Trump. So what changed your mind? Because I want to hear something out of his mouth that makes sense, because he promised, he said, I'm not running for president. I'm going to finish this job as governor.
Yeah, and he really dodged that question. So what I took from that answer that he gave to Eric Bolling on NewsMax was that he's prepared to resign from governor so that he can run for president. That's yeah.
I believe he's going to commit political suicide.
Yeah. Well, I think we're already there. And the lieutenant governor, I can't even remember her name, and I've only heard her talk like once. She has, I'm sure she's a good person, but she's not very commanding. She's got to be weak compared to him. I've seen her speak once or twice, and one of those 2 times was in Spanish. So she's just not a strong leader type. She's a lieutenant governor. I mean, I don't even know her name. I cannot even remember her name. Not only can I not remember her name, I met her at Wings Plus, and I can't remember her name. That's how unimpressive she is. So we don't want her as our next governor if he resigns, unless she really surprises us.
Oh, right, but
Nunes, yes, Nunes is her name. Thank you. Someone just told me.
He has no chance of beating Trump for the Republican nomination. So my question to Floridians is, who's going to run for governor next? Do you have someone that can win that seat? Because that's another big issue. Is who's going to be governor of Florida? Because they're going to be going after Florida when
there's 3 names that I'm putting out there: Matt Gaetz, Don Jr., or Eric. Trump. But yeah.
I like that Matt Gaetz. He's a real good guy.
But Matt, if you guys all see Matt Gaetz on television, he looks much different television adds weight to people. So does YouTube. The most common thing people say to me when they meet me is, "You're so much thinner in person, Brian." I'm like, "Oh, thanks a lot. You thought I was fat." Because YouTube makes you fat. Matt Gaetz is as skinny as a string bean, and his hair is about 3 feet high in person. It's very, yeah. The first time I saw him in person, I was in shock. I love Matt Gaetz though. So he would be a good replacement for Ron DeSantis as governor. And I also like Don Jr. Don Jr. would be great too. I think he'd be a great governor.
Yeah, I think that I can't believe that DeSantis is going to step down from governor. I just can't believe he's that stupid.
Well,
I understand it.
It sounded to me like he's prepared to do that.
I am spellbound. I'm dumbfounded by that.
Mm-hmm.
I really am.
He
Of all people to do that to Trump.
I know. It's really heartbreaking. It really is, and I was warning about this MAGA divide. We don't want a MAGA divide, but I'm not sensing much of a MAGA divide over this as I thought we would. The way that DeSantis behaved this last week, I think really upset a lot of people, because I was hearing from quite a few in the last couple of months. I was hearing from a lot of people who said, Trump can't win. It's go for DeSantis. I was hearing that from a lot of people off the air. And by the way, connected people talking to me off the air, telling me Trump can't win. We got to go for DeSantis. And I haven't heard from any of those people this week. So I'm waiting. I don't know where people's heads are at.
How DeSantis is rhinos and liberals.
That's right. That's right. All right, Jeff, take care. Jeff from Maine, good caller. So there's an article in Breitbart. Listen to this. Donald Trump has gained support in a 2024 presidential primary matchup from the McLaughlin and Associates poll that was just done. The survey taken March 16th through the 20th asked Republican primary voters who they would support for president out of a wide range of potential candidates. The list includes Trump, DeSantis, Pence, Haley, Romney, Liz Cheney, Abbott out of Texas, Sununu, Youngkin, Tim Scott, and Pompeo. Okay, got enough people in that poll? According to the most recent data, Trump leads with 46% of support, followed by DeSantis with 23%. So, yeah, Donald Trump has a 23-point lead over DeSantis in this latest poll. Pretty amazing, huh? 23-point lead. Another poll the other day had him over 20 points ahead too. You know, I don't follow polls too much, but I do follow the trend with the polls. I don't follow the exact numbers, but the trend. And every poll, Trump is not just ahead, he's ahead by a lot. All right, we're going to take our break for the bottom of the hour. When we come back, we'll take some more calls and get to some more things, as there is a lot to talk about. It's the Steve Kane Show. My name's Brian. Our number toll free, 1-888-GO-KANE, 1-888-465-2631. And remember, it is open phones on Friday, open MAGA Mike Friday. Any and everything you have on your mind's fair game on Friday's show. You're not limited to the topics I bring up. All right, we'll be right back.
Making morning radio great again. It's the Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig.
Yeah, Jeff's calls are always good.
Traffic is service of Palm Beach Kennel Club. Make plans for the Paddock Restaurant extravagant Easter buffet and on-track family fun festival Sunday, April 9th. Don't miss Chris McDonald's Memories of Elvis dinner show April 14th. Plus, lunch with legend Gary Player April 17th. Tickets and info go to BB Kennel Club.
Oh, boy, I tell you. Yeah. Those interviews were not good for him. Listen, there's over 1,200 people in the live stream right now. Make sure that you like the video, guys. When you like the video, it tells the YouTube algorithm to recommend this video and my other videos to people who have not yet found my channel, which helps the channel grow. Okay? So that helps a lot. So please like the video, subscribe if you're new, click that notification bell because I'll be streaming over the weekend. And guys, I got to tell you, the My Pillow 2.0 with cooling technology is buy one get one free with my promo code Kane at checkout, KANE, and that is an incredible way for you to support all of my very MAGA content. Okay, you're supporting my YouTube channel, the radio show, my podcast. You can use my promo code Kane, KANE, with any of the items at mypillow.com and Mike Lindell's mystore.com too. But those My Pillow 2.0s are buy one get one free, the ones with the cooling technology, and you're going to love them. My wife and I, we love ours a lot, and we got them for our daughter out in California, and I know a lot of you guys have ordered them too, and I've just been getting huge positive feedback from people with the My Pillow 2.0 with cooling technology. It stops your head and face from getting warm or hot at night, so you never flip your pillow over to find the cool side. You're always the perfect temperature. So go to mypillow.com, buy one, get one free with the promo code Kane, K-A-N-E, at checkout. Oh, man. Yeah. Yeah, Eric Bolling, when he asked DeSantis about finishing his term, he didn't do a follow-up. You know, he let him get away with that. You know. Unfortunately, he let him get away with it, but we're not going to let him get away with it. Mm-hmm. There's no way. Yeah, I'm going to play off all. I'm not going to play the Frankenstein one again, but the other three I'll play again. Well, thank you, Nathaniel. I appreciate it. Thank you guys for your support. Lisa's on hold. Okay. Yeah. Oh boy. Just one more commercial after this, then we're back. It is going to be an awesome weekend. Cancel your plans. There's a Trump rally. We're halfway through the show already. My goodness. Well, I'd keep going back to it. I would say, so you're saying you're open to resigning and not finishing your term? I'd keep going back to it. And I would tell him, you're dodging the question. You're avoiding it. You're answering another question. I wouldn't let him get away with it. Well, thank you, real Chris. Yes, the rally is on. It's going to be a big one.
Now back to the Steve Kane Show. Celebrating 45 on the air.
All right, welcome back, one and all. I'm Brian. It is the Steve Kane Show, and if you're on hold, stand by. Now, tomorrow, I just want to remind you, this is very important, and I'm going to be promoting this as much as I can today and the next 2 days. President Trump is having his rally in Waco, Texas, tomorrow night, and this is very important. He is live streaming on his YouTube channel, President Trump, his rally in Waco, Texas, tomorrow night. President Trump was just recently reinstated to YouTube. And I know people have other ways that they like to watch the rallies. NewsMax, Right Side, all this stuff. The live stream of Trump's rally in Texas, this is very important to watch it there. I'm going to tell you why. The world record for the largest number of viewers on a live stream is a little over 8 million. I don't have the exact number. I wasn't able to get an exact number, but all of them say over 8 million, which means less than 9 million on a live stream. If President Trump could break the world record and have 10 or 15 million people watching his rally on his YouTube channel Saturday night, that would be a massive news story beyond imagination. Okay? Don't watch it anywhere else except President Trump's YouTube, and tell all of your friends. And you're going to find a lot of people are going to try to trick you. There's a lot of fake mag. Oh, watch it here, watch it there. President Trump breaking the world YouTube live stream record would be amazing. That's a story they wouldn't be able to cover up. And by the way, after everyone realized that he broke the world record, how many people would go and watch it after the fact who missed it live? That's right. This is huge, people. So it's Donald J. Trump on YouTube. If you don't have YouTube, get it. Okay, that's where I'm going to be watching it. All right, good morning. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, good morning and happy MAGA Friday. It is Lisa, and I've got some info for you. I researched that resist the mainstream E-rag that we both talked about yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
And guess what? They were invented or came out of the woodwork in 2020. That's when it started. And it has no mention of who owns it. Nobody knows who started it. And it says that the little report that I could find said, one of them said that any of the reporters, like none of their names are true. What do they call those, pseudonames or something?
Mm-hmm.
You know, when research, they couldn't. So it's kind of anonymous. It's just
Wow.
there, and it just pops up whenever they want it to, which makes me think it's controlled.
Yeah. What was that? What was the story that was on it yesterday we were talking about? I forgot.
It was about how Ron DeSantis was outraged with other Republicans about Trump's indictment from the Soros.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. It was a propaganda story, and it popped up on both of our radar yesterday. I saw it on Twitter, I think, and I never heard of this website, and it was pushed out to us by some uniparty types, I'm sure.
Correct. And it was on Truth Social where I saw it. They popped up on Truth.
Yeah. Yeah. What do you think about these interviews with Governor DeSantis that aired last night?
Oh my gosh. Well, like I said yesterday, I think these interviews are going to further bury him in the polls because as you know, everybody's been saying, and I had said, it just shows how conceited he is, you know, and what was up with Eric Bolling? You know, I'm a top shelf guy. You know, I'm not a follower. He's not a follower. And are you kidding me? There was a commercial yesterday that somebody replayed, his commercial where his wife is talking about how they're bringing up their son, and everything in that commercial was make America great again. They even had their baby in a Make America Great Again.
Yeah, that was a commercial they made during the first campaign. Well, you know, listen, if you went to General Patton was a leader, but he answered to General Eisenhower, and General Eisenhower, who won the Second World War, he answered to, I forgot the guy's name, the chief of staff in Washington. There's a lot of leaders, and they all answer to someone. Okay, and even a president answers to the constituents, to the or in Biden's case, China, you know, and the donors. But you know what I mean? That's a very arrogant thing that he said.
Well, I'll tell you.
Marshall, yeah, Eisenhower answered to General Marshall. So and Marshall answered to the president. There's a lot of great leaders. They all answer to someone, but not DeSantis. He doesn't answer to anyone.
No, DeSantis. No, he's a legend in his own mind. And my husband said it correctly a moment ago. He said the only person DeSantis is fooling is himself.
You know, it gets, you know, in the line of work I'm in, I've seen people get famous and get egos. And there's someone in particular that I'm an acquaintance with that's very big on YouTube. I mean, big and on YouTube. And I knew them when they were not big, but they were kind of big. And now that they got really big, you know, they're like DeSantis. They always got a smirk on their face. They're conceited. They love to watch themselves on camera. You know, fame goes to people's heads. And I've seen it happen with good friends of mine, you know, and the radio business and on YouTube. And I remember even in the days of Periscope, I saw a couple people get, you know, their egos just exploded on Periscope. And I just don't understand that. And I don't get that. And I don't like it. But I see that. I told you guys when I saw the governor at Wings Plus, he looked different.
Well, he's definitely full of himself. And, you know, he's a big, like I said before, he's a big fish in a little pond.
I've been out of the woo a few times.
You know, he's
no, out of the woo's not an ego. He's cool.
That office and they can take him right down.
I'm not talking about out of the woo.
There was another clip somewhere yesterday where a Democrat woman was saying, "Oh, DeSantis is nothing. He's just popular in Florida. That's it." And, you know, he hasn't gone up against all the other states. Just wait, buddy.
Well, he's not as popular in Florida today as he was last Friday.
Oh, that is correct. And we're watching a sinking ship, man. It's sad. It's sad because we all loved him so much, but he's shown his true colors. So,
yeah.
You know.
And you know what really ticks me off about it, Lisa? He's not doing anything to redeem himself in our eyes. It's like he doesn't care.
And that's the clincher. That's what's going to keep stinking him, because he's not doing anything to make up.
What he's done? What he's done would be the equivalent if all of a sudden I started talking about how great Biden was. I mean, you guys would be very upset with me. It's never going to happen, but yeah. I mean, he has really gone to the dark side.
I'm afraid he has. I guess we can put his face up there on those Star Wars things with the Emperor guy.
That's right. That's right. Hey, take care. Take care. That's right. Obi-Wan and Anakin were best friends at one time. Yeah. All right, let's go. What time? Hey, we got time for one. Good morning. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Terry from Arizona.
Hey, Arizona. What's up?
Hey, I'm visiting in Pensacola, and I love the discussion here this morning with DeSantis, and I agree 100%. But one thing does come to mind is we talk all about this stuff is, we don't want to get bamboozled again with the ground game that Democrats have over the Republicans. And I'm in Arizona, and I don't hear anybody rumbling about, hey, we have to go to Arizona.
No, actually, President Trump, if you listen to President Trump in his, he gave a speech at CPAC, and he's talking about, he says, we got to have a ground game like the Democrats have. Everything that's illegal, we need to do. And he's actually been talking about that. And I expect him to talk about it tomorrow night in Texas. So, and he's the leader. So I'm glad. No, so he's woken up to that, and that'll be happening. Well, and part of the thing is the early voting. You can't wait till election day. That's important. All right. Hey, take care. Thanks for the call. We're coming up on our last break of the hour. If you're on hold, stand by. Our number 1-888-GO-CANE 1-888-465-2631. That's 888-465-2630. Mike, I'll tell you about that during the break. I forgot about something. I'll tell you about that. I forgot. We got to change on time on that. We're going to take our break in a moment, and when we get back, I'll take some more calls. I am going to replay the Ron DeSantis interview clips from Eric Bolling on Newsmax, as well as the Piers Morgan. I'm only going to play one. I'm not going to play the Frankenstein clip again. That's just stupid. I'm going to play the other one, though, because I think they're very important. And there's a few other topics we're going to touch on, too. All right? It's Friday. Open phones on Friday. We call it Open MAGA Mike Friday. We'll take our break and be right back after this. Don't go anywhere.
Cold, hard truth. Delivered morning 6 to 9 right here.
He can't do it at this time. He wanted to do it at 8:45, but I told him he got the gold report, so he's going to do it at 8:55. I know it's going to be like the live. Yeah, it's going to be like the end of the show. Okay. Yeah, I forgot. He texted me yesterday. Now, yeah. I know it'll mess things up, but at the end, but that's when we got to do it. No, you have to call him at 5 till. Yeah. Yeah, I just forgot to tell you. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right. Welcome back, everyone. I'm Brian. You're listening to Florida's longest running radio show, The Steve Kane Show, on the radio since 1977, celebrating 46 years on the radio this year. That's right. And, on our radio stations on the weekends, noon, let me double check. Yes, noon to 4 is Al Night. And you can listen to him noon to 4, Saturday and Sunday. And you can also listen to him online, at True Oldies FLA and all of that. But Al Knight, I know some of you know, but a lot of you don't know. I've known Al Knight longer than Mike the Board Up's been alive. And in fact, we worked together at a little tiny radio station in a very, very dangerous neighborhood back in 1990 and 91. Okay, and I know. In fact, it was so bad. I remember, and I don't know. I'm sure Al Knight remembers this. Our weekend guy here. He was on the air, and the host, the on air person that came on after him, broke down off of I-95 and called him and told Al Knight that they had broken down. And while they were talking to Al Knight, they got robbed while they were on the phone with Al Knight. And Al Knight, at the time at least, he had a concealed weapons permit. He grabbed his gun, left the radio station, and went and rescued the on-air damsel in distress. That's pretty crazy, isn't it? I know. I remember everything, Al Knight. I've got a great memory. And that was a crazy one. That was a crazy one. So Al Knight is on the air noon to 4 on Saturday and Sundays. Check him out. I got to tell you guys, the countdown's happening. Okay, the Douro River cruise through Portugal's wine country. The countdown to March 31st is right around the corner. Now, the cruise through Portugal's wine country is August 23rd through September 2nd, which is the best time, the best week of the year for this trip, because that's when the grapes are on the vines at the vineyards, which is a beautiful sight to see. And of course, this is a wine tour and culinary tour, and the boat stops at these vineyards along the way, and you'll be able to take the grapes off the vines and even watch and take part in the making of wine. But if you book by March 31st, free round-trip airfare to Lisbon, capital of Portugal, and high-speed rail transportation from Lisbon to Porto, where the riverboat awaits. That is included if you book by March 31st. Now, of course, this is a first-class experience, a bucket list event. If you're a wine lover or a foodie, you're going to love this Douro River cruise through Portugal's wine country. Breakfast, lunch, dinner, and tips are included, which is also a massive benefit. For more information, go to brianportugal.com and request a brochure. When you go to brianportugal.com, on the left side of the screen, you'll see it'll say request a brochure. Click that, request a brochure, and you'll get all the details on the Douro River cruise through Portugal's wine country. That's brianportugal.com and request a brochure. All right? Okay. We are back. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, Brian, this is Ron from Coconut Creek. How you doing this morning?
All right, Coconut Creek. I'm great. How are you?
Okay, good. Listen, I agree with Trump on being the candidate, but, and however, what happens, and
Here we go. President Trump? Well, okay. In his first campaign, give me something that he said that you would consider to be stupid.
Well, when you start,
like who? Give me an example.
okay, let's see, the governor of
Yeah. So what?
voters, because we have.
Well, first off, okay. Now I'm glad you say that. Okay. President Trump does attack other people, right? Sometimes in the media, and sometimes Republicans that are trying to undermine him, right? But one thing President Trump has never done is attack a voter. Have you heard him say anything negative or take a jab at a voter? That's right. That's pretty amazing, isn't it? He never attacks voters or alienates voters. He attacks politicians that are trying to stop him.
Yeah, he will say something like he called is making fun of his name. That kind of stuff.
So what?
He's quiet.
You don't want him to talk? Corey Lewandowski wrote a book about Trump in the first campaign, and it was called Let Trump Be Trump. Corey Lewandowski, you guys remember Corey Lewandowski. And, what you want to do is take the most popular politician of our lifetime and tell him not to do what made him the most popular politician of our lifetime? That doesn't sound like very good advice.
Should be just shooting his mouth off about, coming up with little.
Well, like for example, for example, well, that's good. For example, when he said about John McCain, I like people that don't get captured. People, oh my goodness, he said, but it turned out he was right. Do you like John McCain?
I hated John McCain. I'm a veteran. I hate that son.
That's right. Yeah. Everybody hates John McCain. And that was right calling him out. And what did that do? That began a dialogue. Yeah.
I just want to throw this in real quick, and I'll let you go because it's got other callers.
Uh-huh.
John McCain was behind the Russia-Trump collusion.
Correct. And what did and what? Okay, now this is amazing. Okay, so the Steele gave the fake Russian dossier to John McCain in a DC park, which is a very weird thing. Yeah, but what happened when Trump said, I like people that don't get captured, people start, well, how can you say that about a POW? And then what happened? People found out something that I knew for a long time, that he was an incompetent pilot, that he got himself shot down, and he was such a klutz that he almost sunk that aircraft carrier in Vietnam and got a couple hundred guys severely injured, some of them burned to death. He almost sunk an aircraft carrier. And he was exposed, John McCain, because President Trump said that. No, I let Trump be Trump.
Well, I am, but I am very concerned that he'll pop off and say something stupid.
Well, I can't think of anything. Here's the thing about Trump.
Fun about Youngkin's name.
So what? Who cares?
Black Lutheran. Yeah, a lot of people care.
Who cares about making fun of Youngkin's name? You mean there are people? President Trump he's a lot of things. Do you know what Donald Trump's greatest?
George,
who cares? President Trump. Okay, no, because they're uniparty Republican establishment. What do you think President Trump, prior to running for president, what do you think his greatest skill set is that made him a success?
He touches the people. He gets right down there.
Well, no, that's true. But what President Trump is best at is branding. He brands people. Little Marco, Jeb the Turtle, even the name Trump. I remember when I was in high school, I was at the Galleria Mall in Fort Lauderdale. So you're in Coconut Creek, the Galleria Mall, and they had a Sharper Image store where they had all the cool electronics. They had a machine in there where you could take your records and it would record it on a compact disc. I couldn't believe it. And I was in there one day and they were selling at the Sharper Image store Trump steaks. And I can't remember if they were $200 or $400 a box. I wish I would have had that box, as it's worth more than $400 today. He branded himself Trump, a name that means something. And that's his. So what he's a marketer, a media manipulator, and that's a very positive thing. And he names people and gives them labels that stick with them forever. And that's a good thing. That's why he won.
Well, that's not recently won.
Sure.
Against Hillary Clinton and everything.
No, excuse me. Before he went against Hillary Clinton, he went against 12 big-time Republicans at the time who are now pretty much out of business. Scott Walker had just defeated the Obama campaign in a recall election in Wisconsin and was very popular. He dropped out right in the beginning, and look at Jeb Bush. Jeb Bush is unelectable ever again after he was exposed and branded by Donald Trump. He took on 12 top Republicans and defeated them all before Hillary Clinton. So no, he didn't just go to up against Hillary.
I'm just afraid what's going to happen.
All right, when we get to that point, we got to move on. But I appreciate your call in Coconut Creek, and let Trump be Trump. That's what people like. they like a president who doesn't just do what he says, because he does that and relates to the people, but they like that he calls people out, right? He doesn't hold back, and I like that. What do what do you want? What do you want? You want some boring politician that plays to what people want to hear? I mean, I not me. I love it. I miss the tweets. I can't wait till he's back on the Twitter. All right, our number 1-888 go Kane 1. It's a toll free call 1-888-465-2631. You know what I was wondering, because I didn't say the name. Does anyone remember the name of the radio personality that Al Knight rescued off of the I-95 Atlantic Boulevard on-ramp, who was being robbed while he was on the air? And he went, does anyone remember who that? I remember. And I left their name out of it, but for today. But does anyone remember? All right, 1-888 go Kane 1 is our number. I want to tell you guys about Anne Marie's in Pompano, because the weekend is here. And I saw about this in the first hour. A guy I met up at Mar-a-Lago, Rob. Rob's a good guy. He's up at Mar-a-Lago all the time. I keep running into it. I was at I was up at Trump Force One at Mar-a-Lago. I went to Mar-a-Lago, then I went to the airport and saw Trump Force One. And it was either a Saturday or a Sunday morning, and I was the only one there. And then all of a sudden, Rob's there again. He's always up there at Trump Force One. We were up there. We were talking. Everything's a good guy. And a lot of you may know him. He's the guy who ferries people to and from Mar-a-Lago from the parking lots down the street, because you can't park there very easily. And he's a good MAGA guy. And he texted me yesterday to ask me the location of Anne Marie's in Pompano, and I gave him the address, and I told him, of course, I texted him back. I said, Anne Marie's, it's on the northwest corner of Federal Highway, that's US 1 as well, and Copens Road, in the same plaza as the movie theater. And he said, thanks, on our way. So he went with some people to Anne Marie's, and a little more than an hour later, he texted me back. He said, wow, with an exclamation mark. Anne Marie's was incredible. And incredible is in all caps with another exclamation mark. So all caps, 2 exclamation marks. That's a ringing endorsement from Rob from Mar-a-Lago on Anne Marie's. I know, it's that good. Everything's homemade. It's absolutely amazing. Grandma is in the kitchen. I don't even know what he got. Rob, if you're listening, text me and let me know what you and whoever you were with ate over there, and I'll tell people about it. I probably have had it. Now, another announcement about Anne Marie's: on Tuesdays between 2 and 6, kids eat free with the purchase of an entree by the parents. Okay, so if you've got kids or grandkids, or tell your friends, kids eat free on Tuesdays from 2 to 6 at Anne Marie's in Pompano with the purchase of an entree by the parents. Now, as I said, Anne Marie's is located on the northwest corner of US 1 Federal Highway and Copens Road in Pompano, in the same plaza as the movie theater. When you stop in, make sure you tell them you heard about them on the radio. All right. And that was great, Rob. I'm glad you had a great meal, and I knew you would. All right. So we'll take our break for the top of the hour, come back with the last hour of the week. I'm Brian Craig. It's the Steve Kane Radio Show, Florida's longest running radio show on the radio since 1977, celebrating 46 years on the radio. Our number toll free, 1-888 go Kane 1-888-465-2631. We'll be right back after this.
WWNN Pompano Beach, WIRK HD3 Indiantown. Programming paid for by Vic Canales Media Group. Broadcasting from the Robe Studio. Injured recently? Call the Robes Law Group, where winning is a habit. 561-570-5700. 561-570-5700. Robes, winning for you and our community. Your home for the Steve Kane Show. From the Palm Beach Patio Furniture Weather Center, where luxurious outdoor spaces are created, here's the Oldies forecast.
From the WPBF 25 First Warning Weather Center, this is meteorologist Brooke Silverang. We are in for a beautiful Friday today. Temperatures reaching highs in the mid-80s. Going to see a couple clouds in and out of the picture heading into your evening. 70s Saturday and Sunday, looking hot, upper 80s, and a chance for a
Oh. Welcome, everyone. Make sure you all like the video Oh no, I disagree. I like Trump. He's going to go off in this rally. This is a big rally. This is a super big rally. It is so hot. I got to turn the air down. Hold on, let me see that. It's got to be like 80 degrees in here. Let me see. Let's see here. It's 79. Oh my goodness. That's hot. Hot to me, at least. Oh my goodness. Stop insulting turtles. Oh my goodness.
Here's your True Oldies ABC News update.
ABC News now. I'm Tom Rivers. With the U.S. and South Korea conducting massive war games, North Korea is rattling the saber right back.
North Korea says it successfully tested an underwater weapon capable of creating a radioactive tsunami. State media claims a nuclear-capable undersea drone can stealthily attack enemy ports and ships. They say the secret weapon cruised for over 2 days at depths between 200 and 500 feet before being detonated in the Sea of Japan.
ABC's Anthony Trotter in Tokyo. In eastern Syria, the U.S. conducted retaliatory airstrikes on Iran-aligned groups. Follows a drone attack that killed a U.S. contractor and injured 5 U.S. military personnel. In Milwaukee, William McDonald, suburban of West Dallas, pleaded guilty to intimidating and interfering with black residents who moved into the apartment complex where he lived. A 3-day strike by support workers in the Los Angeles School District is scheduled to end today with no deal in place. This is ABC News.
Hello there, my name is Seychelle, and what makes the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich original to me is the punch of flavors that's unlike any other. You get the crispy tenderness of the chicken and that hint of sourness from the pickles. Ta-da!
Hey, I'm Juan, and what makes the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich original to me is you're gonna get chicken that's crispy, golden, and juicy. This is the gold standard of chicken sandwiches.
Order the original Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich on the Chick-fil-A app today. Real customers paid for their testimonials.
This sales event will be held at one location only, City Key of Greater Orlando, just off the Florida Turnpike. Drive a little, save a lot.
Make that switch to City Key.
Oh no. Oh, not you.
The race till 500 units is on. And the prize wheel with every purchase, everyone's a winner. TVs, iPads, and gift cards up to $500. Save thousands on a new City Kia. Rates as low as 2.9% on select models only. Get up to $5,000 over KBB for your trade. City Kia will even deliver your new.
Oh my goodness.
Anywhere in Florida. Certain restrictions may apply. You will beat any valid offer by 5.
There's over 1,200 in the live stream. Welcome. If you're new to my channel, subscribe and like the video. This is the most pro Donald Trump channel on YouTube. And I'm broadcasting on 6 radio stations, hosting a morning show. We live stream on YouTube while we're on the radio. And the calls you hear, some are from people watching on YouTube, some are people listening on the radio. Oh, man. I'm just reading over a couple things we're going to talk about. Take some more calls, and then I got to play those clips again from the interview. I'm not going to play the Frankenstein clip again from Piers Morgan. That was just stupid. Piers is ugh. No one remembers who the woman Al Knight rescued was. I've had some people text me with some guesses, and I'm in shock that nobody remembers who it was. There aren't that many women on the air.
Now, back to the Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig.
Oh, man. Big Trump rally tomorrow night in Texas. This is going to be the rally of rallies. I'm here to tell you. All right. Good morning. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
PJ from Broward.
Hey, PJ.
Hey, okay, so it looks like this Alvin Bragg indictment is pretty much DOA at this point. But what I want to know is what's going on with this special counsel, Jack Smith? What's going on there?
It's very weird. The last time I've been hearing strange things like he's taking depositions for the servers and the maids and things at Mar-a-Lago, the busboys and everything. It's very thinking they may have overheard some conversations.
Yeah, and then there was this thing where he's taken away client attorney privilege or attorney client privilege in between Trump and his attorney.
The only thing I know about that guy, I know two things about him. Okay, the photograph of him, he just looks like a freak, and his wife produced a documentary on Michelle Obama, so he seems like a very biased person.
Yeah, exactly. But the thing was that was weird. I don't know if it was going to be overturned about that client attorney thing. What happened was the judge that ruled against Trump, that she gave him like 6 hours, like it was like 6 in the afternoon. So okay, you got till midnight to appeal this.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And the thing is the next day, that was their last day. Her next day was their last day. It was in Washington. It was one of these Democrat.
Mm-hmm.
Following day was her last day in office. She left the next day.
Wow.
Thing she basically did. So I'm just, hopefully this will maybe go to the Supreme Court.
Well, this is what I know. No matter what trumped up entrapments they've tried to bring against Trump in the last 7 years, he's beat them all, including this Soros guy in New York. So that was amazing.
Yeah. So this guy Jack Smith, he supposedly he needs to, from what I understand, he needs to bring indictments by early this summer or maybe earlier because of the election season.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. All right, PJ. Take care.
Okay.
Oh boy, that was quick. I said, okay. I wanted to know who he reminded PJ of. Well, next time, I guess we'll have to wait. To be continued. They'll keep people on the edge of their seats for PJ's next call. Good morning. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Oh boy. Good morning. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Once, twice. Okay. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Good morning. How you doing?
All right. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Yes, this is Maria.
Oh, hey, Maria.
I'm just waking up, so I'm kind of woozy right now.
I'm just waking up too.
Yeah. I wanted to call to say thank you for encouraging me the other day when I called and I was upset. I just want to thank y'all for being a voice that we can count on. And I thank all the people, that support Trump and that did not go out there and start a riot, did not go out there and started, getting...
Behaved, yes.
And we did this part, but what we did, I was online and we all went into prayer for President Trump, and the prayers was answered, and I knew it was answered, and I would continue praying for him because he's going to need it all. But this Saturday night, it's going to be amazing, and I can't wait to watch it.
Okay, now this is very important, people, okay? President Trump, he has a rally tomorrow night in Waco, Texas. Saturday night in Waco, Texas. Okay. And President Trump has just been reinstated to YouTube. And he announced yesterday that he will be live streaming the rally on his private personal YouTube channel, which is Donald J. Trump on YouTube. And he's going to live stream the rally. And you've got to tell everyone you know to watch it nowhere else but President Trump's YouTube channel. And there's a very big reason why. The world record for the largest number of viewers to a YouTube live stream is a little more than 8 million. If Donald Trump could break that record and get 10 million, 15 million watchers on his YouTube live stream on his own personal channel, that would be a massive news story Sunday and Monday. I mean, a huge, and that would be, so if we can get Trump to break the, I don't know if it's possible because I don't know how many people know that he's back on YouTube and that he's streaming his rally in Texas on YouTube. So it's very important. So everyone, I know you I love NewsMax, but I'm going to be watching it on President Trump's YouTube. I know a lot of people like Right Side Broadcasting. I like them too, but I'm not going to be watching Right Side Broadcast. I'm going to be watching it on President Trump's YouTube. Don't watch it anywhere else and tell everyone you know. Imagine what would happen if Trump broke the world record for the largest number of viewers to a live event on YouTube. That's huge.
Yeah, that is. That's very huge. Yeah, that's very huge.
Yeah. All right, Maria in Florida. I'm glad we taught you off the ledge.
Okay.
All right. You know, people on the radio love to talk people down off the ledge, and then they brag about doing it all the time. I've had some people call me in some pretty dire straits, I must tell you, over the years. But Maria, she was in tears. It was Monday or Tuesday over the arrest of Donald Trump, and now, well, he beat it like he beats everything. Now, I played a couple clips in the first hour, but I want to play them again in the final hour today because I think it's important. President Trump is going up against Ron DeSantis. There's no doubt about that because DeSantis is running without running, and he did 2 interviews. Both of them aired last night. Eric Bolling on NewsMax interviewed Governor DeSantis, and the Piers Morgan interview on Fox Nation. I watched them both, and I've got a couple clips from each, and I'm going to play them for you after the next break. And I'll play, in particular with the Piers Morgan interview, I'm going to play it, 2 clips from it, maybe just one, so you don't have to watch it. It was tough to watch. It was about an hour-long interview, and I thought it was terminally boring. Piers Morgan did an interview for the British audience. He was quoting writers in England about Ron DeSantis. He was quoting an Englishman who moved to Florida about that. He was asking him about the Queen and all this stuff. But I got one really good clip from it that says a lot about DeSantis. Then I got 2 from Eric Bolling's interview on NewsMax. So we'll do that after the break, all right? It's the Steve Kane Show. And remember, it is open phones. Anything and everything you have on your mind is fair game. It's Open MAGA Mike Friday at 1-888-GO-KANE, 1-888-465-2631. We'll be back right after this break.
Don't sit on the sidelines. Get in on the action.
Oh, my goodness. This show's flown by. There's only 45 minutes left. Oh, my goodness. Oh. Oh. Oh, my goodness. If you're one of the first 40 True Oldies channel listeners to dial 1-833-283-50. Welcome, everyone. If you're new to my channel, subscribe. You'll love my content, I promise. If you love Trump, you'll love me. And like the video, guys. That helps a lot. Wow, my wife just sent me an article here. I'm going to take some calls, but get to this. I have a lot to get to and calls and less than 45 minutes left. This is one of our callers who called me live on the radio to tell me how chiropractic physician Dr. Philip Appleton helped him with his laser away pain treatment. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
My name's Sean. I'm calling from Boca Raton. I want to thank you guys once again. I listened to this show.
Yep, he turned on Trump.
Thank you for introducing me to Dr. Appleton, Brian and Steve. I went in there last week. I had a knee problem. One session, I feel so much better. I brought my mother in yesterday. She has a problem with her right side or her arm. She's right-handed. She feels better. It's amazing. And for people out there that are dealing with pain, believe me,
Florida.com. Open Monday through Saturday. Appointments not necessary, and walk-ins are welcome. 954-973-0710.
Well, this is the last commercial. If you're on hold, hang in there. Are you guys going to watch the rally on Trump's YouTube channel? We got to get his numbers up. If he broke the live stream record, that would be so beautiful, wouldn't it? Would that be exciting if he broke the live stream record?
On the air since 1977, it's the Steve King Show with Brian.
All right, welcome back, one and all. Callers on hold, stand by. You know, lots of things are important, when it comes to this line of work. But what's really important is a good night's sleep. I wake up at 2:30 in the morning, and I don't go to bed early. I stay up much later than I should. And but because I have all these great MyPillow products, the little bit of sleep I do get is well-rested sleep. And I made a mistake last night. There's a movie I've been wanting to watch on Hulu. It's a new movie with Keira Knightley on the Boston Strangler. And my wife and we put it on in the living room, and I was starting to get tired. I was like, let's go finish it in bed. And I fell asleep within seconds when my head went down on that MyPillow 2.0 with the cooling technology. So I don't know who the Boston Strangler was quite yet, but I'll watch the rest of it tonight. But I put my head on that MyPillow 2.0 with the cooling technology, and that's the last thing I remember until my alarm went off at 2:30 in the morning. The MyPillow 2.0, which is buy one, get one free with our promo code Kane, is absolutely amazing. It has that cooling technology in it, so your head and your face never get warm. You know how you flip your pillow over because it's hot? You'll never do that again. I've been sleeping on mine for over a month now. It will change your life. My wife was telling me, women that are suffering with menopause, you get hot at night, all that, not with the MyPillow 2.0 with the cooling technology. It's absolutely amazing. It still has that patented fill that the original MyPillow has. This is just a major upgrade. Now, it's buy one, get one free, but you got to use our promo code Kane at checkout. You can also take advantage of all the specials at MyPillow.com with our promo code Kane, Kane, not just the ones that I highlight. You can also order by phone, toll-free, 1-800-716-4879. 1-800-716-4879, promo code Kane, Kane. All right. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Good morning. Oh, boy. Here we go. Once, twice. All right. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hello, Brian.
Hey, Doris. I neglected to wish you a happy birthday a couple days ago when you called in. So happy birthday.
Oh, thank you. I really appreciate it. But I've been waiting for someone to call in and answer your question about who was the woman who was rescued
by Al Knight.
All night. But since this is Friday and I can talk about anything, I have to ask you this first. I want to tell you, is Steve there at all today?
He's not with us today. He'll be back on Monday.
Okay. I hope he's listening because I want to say something. Friday has always been a special day to me because on Friday, Steve always says at the very end of the show, God bless America. Just wanted all of everybody to know that God not only heard his prayers, but he answered them because I think it was God himself, only God, who created this whole series of things that happened this past couple of days. And I thank God that you kept us aware of them because I'll tell you, I've had a lot of.
Well, Doris, it's what Donald Trump beat this week with Bragg and Soros in New York. I mean, is absolutely divine intervention. It's a miracle what President Trump did. And if anyone on earth is the devil, it's George Soros.
Oh, oh. And the man who was leading the whole thing with that mustache, he looked positively diabolical. So I hope everybody is praying because it makes a difference. Now get back to the gal. I think I can't remember her name exactly, but you took us all to the delicatessen where she was the head cashier, and she was an announcer on your radio for years and years.
But you can't remember the name. Yeah, the what you're talking about, the broadcasting damsel in distress that was robbed on Atlantic Boulevard and I-95, and Al Knight grabbed his gun, left the air, and I got to the radio. I got to the radio station. There was no one there. I was expecting Al Knight. He was gone, and he went and rescued this woman with his gun. Yeah, you can't remember her name. I'm not going to tell you.
It was something like Lucy Kaplan.
Lucy Kaplan. No, Doris. It was not Lucy Kaplan. No, Lucy Kaplan. Who's Lucy Kaplan?
But listen, one of these days, I wish you would find the time to talk a little bit about the glory days when you were there with the state troopers from Clinton. You know, there are a lot of...
Oh, yes.
Oh, you know, you were there for everything.
That's right.
Glorious. And I just wish you'd make it a 15-minute nostalgia period or something on Friday.
Okay. Hey, Doris, have a great weekend and birthday weekend. Thanks for calling. I just say a quick thing about Doris. I mentioned sometimes she's a longtime listener. At the radio station I started out with Steve, there were some strange people at that place, and Doris went and bought a tent and pitched a tent in the parking lot and lived in the parking lot of the radio station for a week, praying for the radio station and the people in the radio station. And there was one guy who has since passed away. He was a nice guy and had one of the greatest voices in radio, but he was very liberal and anti-Christian. And he was the production guy at the radio station, and he used to bring his little poodle with him to work every day. And that poodle used to blow so many takes. There was always yelping in the background. And for the entire week, he would take his poodle out by her tent to do its business. I'll never forget that. And I couldn't believe I'd never seen something like that. But that was very nice of Doris to do that. We call her Doris the tent lady because she lived in a tent for a week, and she's like almost 100 now. So she was like in her 60s then. You know, she's up there. All right, let's go. Let's take another call. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hello.
Yes. Yeah, you're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
My name is Lisa. I'm from Kansas.
Hey, Lisa.
I just wanted to say I'm so glad to see everything coming out the way it has. I just knew in my heart that it would work out this way. President Trump he is the man. No one else can do what needs to be done for us right now. No one. There's so many things going on in Florida too that aren't matching up with what Ron DeSantis is doing, because we have down there going crazy on people and doing all kinds of unconstitutional things. And I've been watching for a long time. There's the Megan Walsh thing. There's all kinds of things he's not standing up to cover his people down there. So I just want to say,
well, I got to tell. Oh, well, thank you for the blessings. Lisa, I got to tell you, when he said that he would not get involved in an attempted kidnapping of President Trump by this Soros attorney, right, misusing his authority, as a prosecutor up there, that really woke a lot of people up. It's pretty upsetting, isn't it?
Oh my goodness, I could not believe my ears. But see, I happen to be one of those that so many conspiracy theories have come true that when people start coming out with questions and saying something sounds fishy, I'm watching and I'm listening and I'm looking. So there's a few things on Ron that have not.
Well, just because something's a conspiracy doesn't mean it's not true.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Well, I love you. I'm going to keep watching. I am going to be on that live stream for my president.
Great.
By the way, I am a legal immigrant to this country, and I stand
With this accent, where are you from? Where are you from? Canada?
Canada.
Canada. Okay. I heard a little Canadian accent there. All right.
Years old.
Listen, I got to run for the break, but thanks for your call. All right, Lisa in Kansas. All right, we'll be right back.
Making morning radio great again.
Oh man. Yeah, guys, don't forget. Hey, and if you want to plug my YouTube channel during the president's stream, I'm not gonna tell you not to do that. That'd be great. but no, you've got to watch the Trump rally on his live stream. I'll be in there. I hope there's the chat going. I will be in there. Rome, Wisconsin was #1. I was at home. You know, I set the stream up before I leave my house in the morning. And I set the stream up, and instantly Rome was there. I mean, she was #1 by far in the stream this morning. You know, when I set the stream up at different times, whenever I decide what the thumbnail is going to be, I put the stream up. And sometimes I decide at 3 a.m. Sometimes I don't decide till like 4:30. But you may not know this. When I set the live stream, I wait until I know what the thumbnail is going to be, because I got to go through the news and decide. But when I put the live stream up before the show, the chat room's available. Now, everything that's in the chat disappears when it goes live. I don't know why YouTube does that. But there's a chat room that's pretty active before the show even starts every morning. The length of it just depends on when I put the stream up. But I always do it before I leave my house in the morning. A lot of times it's the last thing I do, but sometimes I do. Like today, it was like I knew exactly as soon as I went to the news, I knew exactly what the thumbnail was going to be. So I got it up quick. Well, good morning to you, Angie. That's right. Oh man, let's see what. Well, I don't have time. I am so surprised that no one remembers who, not even Doris, who Al Knight rescued. And I can't remember what gun Al texted me. He's like, "Oh, thanks for the plug." He says, "If it was any longer, it would have been a commercial." Yeah, I want to say he had like a 45. I remember it was a semi-auto, and it was silver because I saw him when he came back to the radio station. But I can't remember exactly what kind of gun. I want to say a 45, but it may not have been. And I think it had a white grip on it.
Join the luxurious Douro River Cruise in Portugal from August 23rd through September 2nd. This trip offers a unique and intimate experience. Exceptional service and top-of-the-line cuisine. You'll indulge in local wines and culinary delights. To join and learn more.
Sometimes I just like to stretch my legs. That's all I did.
Request a brochure. You're a Florida homeowner, and you know the real estate.
Oh, Main Street Moments. That is my wife.
With so many listing their house, you want your house to stand out above the rest and to get top dollar. That's where licensed real estate agent Elena Castro comes in. She's with Ballesteri Real Estate. It's been in business since 1964. Working with homeowners, buyers, landlords, and tenants for over 18 years, Elena Castro knows Florida real estate and has a proven record of smooth transactions, as well as top negotiation talents.
Oh man.
When you list your property with Elena Castro,
Oh, I'll take another call or two, and then I've got a story I got to share because this one's pretty disappointing, and I got to try to play those clips again. But not much time is left.
Get your house listed and sold for the price you want. 954-478-5015. 954-478-5015.
I'm not telling people to watch it to plug my channel, but I'm not going to plug my channel because that's too much. But I mean, I'm 309 subscribers away from 60,000. I mean, my goodness. That is just so amazing. I thank you guys for all your support. I mean, I really appreciate it. And of course, everyone thank the moderators. Boy, oh boy, Yummery, our newest moderator, you get to see the behind the scenes when you're a mod. All right, this is the last commercial. Oh yeah. By the way, thanks, Huge Heat. I appreciate that. It's coming. We're getting close, D. We're getting close. 309 away from 60,000 subs. Yes, yes. All right. I'm Brian. It is the Steve Kane Show. Steve will be back with us on Monday. All right. Let's take some more calls. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Thank you, Sandy. Good morning. I hear you breathing. Once, twice. You know how many times that person's called today? You know what really always has really amazed me about like the trolls and like the crank callers? These are like grown adults that are like over the age of 50. You know what I mean? I mean, you have to be a special kind of demented to be doing. I understand when it's like a kid, a teenage, like during the summertime, there's a lot of cranks because, the kids are out of school, but when it's like grown men that are over 50, sometimes even older, that make crank, it's really, I don't get angry at them. I just kind of feel sorry for them. Okay, we're running out of time, and there's a couple things I got to do here. Now, this story here is really upsetting. There was one thing that Governor DeSantis promised that he would do before he left the governor's mansion, and it just failed. And I'm not bringing this up to take a jab at Governor DeSantis. I'm really disappointed in this. Open carry in the state of Florida has failed, and there's been no press coverage of this. Yeah, that's right. State Rep Mike Beltran introduced the open carry amendment earlier this week, and it was quickly pulled. The Senate president in Tallahassee said she was not in favor of open carry. I have been a big supporter of open carry, and I know a lot of people say, no, concealed carry, open carry is a bad idea. Sometimes open carry is called constitutional carry. And I've been a gun owner since I was 12 years old, okay? I owned rifles then, and I have guns, and my home is well protected, I must say. In fact, when I went on the cruise, the last thing I did really, after I made sure I had enough underwear packed, was go through the guns with my wife that are in special locations around the house and showed her where all the extra ammo was and everything else that goes along with it. But I was really looking forward to open carry, and I'll tell you why. And I know a lot of people say, no, concealed's better. It's not in Florida. If you were watching on YouTube right now, I'm wearing a Hawaiian shirt, right? It's hot in Florida, and the Florida weather does not lend itself to clothing that is easy to conceal a weapon. And if you have, like, for example, I don't have my shirt tucked in. So if I have a gun on my hip and I have my shirt over it, and you can see the bump or the outline of the gun with the shirt there, that's not concealed. You're in violation of the law. So it's the reason I don't carry, like when those guys tried to rob me last week on my scooter. Remember I was talking about that? And people are like, well, why weren't you packing? Because I'm wearing shorts and a Hawaiian shirt. How am I going to conceal my weapon like that? My Glock is hard to conceal. If I had open carry, I would just had it on my hip, So I was really looking at it. So that's a big defeat, I got to tell you. And I'm sad to read that. I was really looking forward to open carry. Good morning. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, Brian. Good morning. You know, it's hard to tell when you pick up the phone because your audio quality is so superb that, you know, you don't have that transition noise that you used to have. So congratulations.
Well, we're in the big time now, man. We're in the big time.
Let me tell you, it's a night and day difference, and it's great. Especially on FM, it's amazing audio.
Thank you.
It was Jeanette Nunez before DeSantis picked her as lieutenant governor was the sole vote in the legislature that stopped open carry the last time it came up.
Well, wait a minute. That's the lieutenant governor was the sole vote against open carry last time?
It was.
Oh my goodness.
Yes, look it up.
Oh no, I believe you. I believe you. That's awful. And if DeSantis resigns, she'll be the governor.
Yeah. Well, listen, you know, if you're wearing shorts and a beach shirt, just get yourself a little 380 pocket pistol, like an LCP2.
I went to school in Fort Lauderdale at Stranahan High School, and they called it a majority minority school, which meant it was whites. There weren't very many of us, and it was at the height of the crack epidemic. And I went to school with all these crack dealers, and the only reason they went to school is because if they didn't, they'd get locked up again. And there was a guy in my 10th grade biology class who got shot. And he got shot with a small gun that somebody could carry around like that. And he said a drop of blood came out, it sealed up, and he walked to the emergency room at Plantation General on 441. Now, you gotta have the 9mm. I gotta have my Glock 48.
Well, if you use the right ammo, but I sure wouldn't want to get shot with a 380. Anyway, I did write Governor DeSantis when that happened, when he picked her and gave him my displeasure in writing, but he never responded. So
Shocker.
Weekend.
All right, take care. Good guy. Complimenting the studio. He's complimenting our phones. He's complimenting our FM stations. He's complimenting the fidelity. Man, that's a great caller. I like that guy, don't you? You don't get many compliments in this business. Everyone wants to tell you what's wrong all the time, like Richie. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hi, this is Helen from Kansas.
Oh, hey, Helen.
Hi, Brian. Well, I wanted to correct you on a false accusation you made against me and my husband. You said that I had my husband call in. I did not. My husband has been working faithfully for 38 years, supporting our military and our Air Force. And he would not call in.
No, that was corrected. That was corrected on the spot, actually. Someone called and said, no, that wasn't Helen's voice in the background. And I said, okay, I was wrong.
Everybody to know that my husband...
All right, we heard it the first time. Okay. Oh, my goodness. Helen and I are like at odds with one another. If anybody's... Have you guys noticed that? I mean, I don't think we really care for each other that much. I don't really have an issue with her. I don't know. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Oh, boy. Good morning. You're on the air. Where are you calling from? All right. Once, twice. Okay. You're on the air. Did I interrupt the conversation?
Boca?
Oh, hey. You still wearing the mask?
Yeah. Double.
Oh, my. Do you have tan lines yet from it on your face?
No. When I'm outdoors, I don't have it on.
Oh, gee.
Anyway, I'm confused. I listened to the program all 3 hours yesterday, and I thought Trump was acquitted. But then I went to my current events groups, and none of that was mentioned. So I'm confused.
Well, you're okay. I'll tell you what happened. And you're probably confused because you wear that mask all the time. You're depriving your brain of needed oxygen. I never said Trump was acquitted. To be acquitted.
It's a done deal.
Oh, it's a done deal. Yeah, no, Trump, the grand jury not only did not return an indictment after the bombshell information came out, They gave other cases to the grand jury. It's over. There was some evidence introduced to the grand jury that totally cleared Trump, and even a New York liberal Trump-hating grand jury. They might indict a ham sandwich, but not Trump.
What to know is how come none of the TV programs,
Yeah, because they're fake news and they hate Trump, and they want people like you to still think he's in trouble. That's why.
I just was confused when I heard that.
Yeah.
See, nobody's meant
Because you're watching the fake news.
On Fox.
Yeah, they hate Trump too. Remember when, George Soros is behind this prosecutor, Bragg, right? Remember when Newt Gingrich made a negative comment on, was it Outnumbered, about George Soros, and they shut Newt up and corrected him and reprimanded him live on TV? They're big Soros people over there on Fox, and they hate Trump.
There was Pence on Hannity.
Exactly. Yeah, I heard about it. Yeah, who cares? Judas.
He didn't trash Trump in any way, really. So that was okay.
His presence on Fox is disrespectful to President Trump.
Trump audience and live audience.
I'll tell you this about Mike Pence. He is shameless. He just doesn't care what people think. Hey, Helen, good to hear from you. Take care. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
From Kissimmee.
Hey, Paul.
Yeah, I just want to bring up about Ron DeSantis is that one thing that really stood out to me that made me think that he was not on our side was whenever you would buy stuff online, we didn't pay any tax. And the Republicans pushed this bill through to tax us, and he signed it. And that was just...
Well, that actually happened when Rick Scott was governor. The way the bill worked is you didn't pay income tax unless the business had a presence in the state. You didn't pay state income tax. So Governor Rick Scott actually brought that. And next thing I knew, Amazon had an office in Florida, and then you got sales tax on Amazon purchases. That's what happened there. That wasn't DeSantis as far as I know. I remember clearly. I was ticked. I love Governor Rick Scott. That's the one thing he did because my wife's always on Amazon. It costed me money, Gov, Senator.
But I think it was I think it would have went through without the governor signing it because they had enough Republicans. But he still signed it. And then with Rick Scott, he also gave us the red flag laws.
Yeah. Well, unfortunately, when there's a crisis, a lot of politicians panic and do stupid things. You should never make a decision or pass major legislation during a crisis. Look, 9/11 happened. They came up with the Patriot Act and Homeland Security, and they're using that against MAGA now. All right, hey, listen, I got to run. No.
Down and stuff like that.
Correct. Okay, I got to run, but thanks for the call. All right, I got to respect that caller. Most people in Kissimmee say they're calling from Orlando. People in Kissimmee don't like to. They either say they're in Celebration or Orlando. Very few people say they're in Kissimmee. That's you guys. Come on, you guys know, right? All right, we'll be right back.
Bold, hard, truth. Delivered morning 6 to 9 right here on the Steve.
All right, and it's oh boy, it's been a great week for the Metals. William Youngerman from the offices of William Youngerman Incorporated is with us. How the Metals finishing out the week, William Youngerman?
This is going to be an interesting week. How we close the Metals today, very important. If we can close gold above 2,000, which already we've seen gold over 2,000 today, we've seen gold at $2,004 so far this morning. Yesterday, we saw it get up to those same levels, trading in a range of $1,964 all the way up to $2,004 before settling back down $23.40 up yesterday at $1,993.50 on gold. Silver closing at $23.09, up 14 cents. Platinum was up $2.0985, and palladium lost $12 at $1,368. As I said, gold back up over 2,000 again this morning, got up to 2,004 after trading overnight as low as $1,981. And currently gold's at $19.98, still finding some resistance at that $2,000 number, but we're still at $4.50 this morning. And what we're looking for is a good solid close above 2,000 for maybe 2 days in a row. And we're off to the races because that will establish gold above 2,000 once again. And I think the next push would be toward that $2,012 and then higher.
Wow.
Silver up 36 cents this morning at $23.45. Silver finding good support at $23. Platinum down $19 at $9.66, and palladium down $23 at $1,305. The place to be. And it looks like with the banking crisis and things getting worse in Europe over the banking crisis, among other concerns that we have concerning even the possible death of the dollar, if this Chinese and Russian allegiance goes through with the creation of a new currency, we could be in serious trouble. And it's time to really protect your financial concerns with.
That's right. And these prices is a great time to buy into the metals because demand is getting so high. That's not only going to drive the price of the metals per ounce up, but it'll drive those premiums up. So you get some real bargains now. And you were telling us earlier in the week, William Youngman, you're seeing a lot of people that have never bought the metals that are stopping in or calling. And of course, you're always able to help the newbies to the metals because anytime you do something new like this, people don't know what's going on. You spend time with people and help them with their first purchases.
70% of our buyers are new buyers to the metals. So this is very interesting and very encouraging as far as this is concerned. We're going to see these metals take off substantially. And as I said, there's been some dealers that have literally sold to the walls and have nothing to offer.
But William Youngerman has lots to offer and not out of stock. Everything's available for immediate delivery. Listen, he opens up at 10 a.m. He's open Monday through Friday. You can give him a call, 1-800-327-5010, 1-800-327-5010. Online, WilliamYoungerman.com, or give him a call or stop in, I should say, at 150 East Palmetto Park Road in Boca on the first floor of the Bank of America building, just east of US 1 Federal Highway on the south side of Palmetto Park Road. All right, William Youngman, we'll talk on Monday.
Okay, have a great weekend.
All right, back after this.
We take on the social justice warriors for breakfast. Now the Steve Kane Show is on the air.
All right, welcome back. People are asking me, what's the story with Kissimmee? Well, you have to be a Floridian to know why. That's the thing. I'm not going to get into. I nothing wrong with Kissimmee. People just don't usually admit they are living there. It's just because it's a snob thing, you know. I don't know. All right, so this is something here, and time is short. And I wanted to do this earlier, but I'm going to do it quickly here at the end, although I did do this in the first hour. And remember, if you miss a portion of the show, you can always listen to the entire show about an hour each day after we sign off the air. The entire radio show is uploaded to our radio station website, trueoldiesfla.com, trueoldiesfla.com. And the shows are archived up there too. But I'm going to play 3 sound bites, and they are in clips. I'm not going to play the Frankenstein one. But if you go to trueoldiesfla.com, listen to the first hour, you can hear the Frankenstein one. I just don't have time. Governor DeSantis did 2 interviews yesterday, one with Piers Morgan on Fox Nation and a second one with Eric Bolling on Newsmax. And here's the clip I'm going to play from Piers Morgan on Fox yesterday with the governor.
A fatal error in your relationship. What's that, Donald Trump? You got too popular.
Well, I would say if you look at some of the change from that and all the way up, what's been the kind of the major thing that happened that's changed his tune was my re-election victory. Right. I mean, that's kind of the moment.
Well, because many of his picks in the midterms did badly, and you, who had been, you know, he was a mentor in many ways.
Now, keep in mind, President Trump fired Nancy Pelosi and took over the House of Representatives. But Pierce, you know, this redcoat from the UK is telling us we did badly. Trump fired Pelosi and now controls the House of Representatives, Pierce.
Because early on, had this thumping victory. And I guess if you're him and you're desperate to get back to the White House, this was a bit of a nightmare that you were getting such validation in Florida.
In my view, though, is like, look, we should want the country to do well. I want other Republicans to do well. I want them to eclipse me. And we're setting a great standard in Florida. We'll have everyone up their game. I want other governors to do a great job.
Which is your favourite nickname that Trump's given you so far? Is it Ron the Sanctimonious or Meatball Ron?
Well, I can't.
Even he went off Meatball Ron.
I can't. I don't know how to spell the sanctimonious. I don't really know what it means, but I kind of like it's long. It's got a lot of vowels. I mean, so we go with that. That's fine. You can call me whatever you want. I mean, just as long as you also call me a winner, because that's what we've been able to do in Florida is put a lot of points on the board and really take the state to the next level.
Okay, so Governor DeSantis told Piers Morgan, Trump is jealous of me because I won re-election and I'm a winner and he's a loser. That's nice. Nice guy. Nice guy. Good morning. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Good morning. This is Faith from Michigan calling.
Hey, Faith.
You guys doing today?
All right.
And I am calling in because I am absolutely elated that Trump was not arrested. He's the only one that's going to save this country. The sooner we get him back in office, the better. Biden is leading this country down the toilet, as we all know.
That's true.
And so I just cannot wait until Trump gets back in.
Mm-hmm.
Not like what's happening to this country. I'm very concerned. Also, what do you guys think about Biden's order of March 2022 to crypto, to digital dollars, excuse me?
Well, as far as I that's insane. The international unit of currency is the American paper dollar. And the reason they want to digitize the dollar is so they can just add zeros on a computer screen and spend more of our money and send it to more places. And that'll just cause inflation to go through the roof. They're a little limited on what they can spend because they got to spend what they print. But if they make the dollar digital, they don't have to go through the printing process any longer. It's easy, that's what.
So too, because I know a lot of people mix their emotions about it, but all this money to Ukraine is not being accounted for. Meanwhile, people here are hurting.
Oh, sure. The Ukraine money, you can find it at any strip club or brothel Hunter's been to. That's where the Ukraine money's at, right? It's for all. Hey, take care for and thanks for the call. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Florida.
Hey, Tom.
What's going on?
Not much.
Yes. I have two things. One, the one caller, and I keep everybody hearing, I know we're hurting at home, Okay. 2/3 of what we're giving to Ukraine is basically added up at, all the ammunition, guns, and everything that we got plenty of, that gets added up. So it's not like, all this money is going there. It's added up in weapons, ammunition, all that stuff, and a price tag goes on. And also too, I have to ask you this, Brian, who started the name calling first between Trump and DeSantis? Who started it?
Trump.
Trump, yes. Okay, so, any dignified man, especially, somebody on, as far as right as DeSantis is, that doesn't he have a right to just say something back? Yeah.
He can, sure. No. It's America. He can say whatever he wants to say.
I just don't understand why everybody's, so hit on DeSantis,
Well, because he betrayed Trump. He was going to allow Bragg to kidnap Trump and imprison him in New York. And that upsets people, Tom.
Well, don't throw stones if you live in a glass house, and that's what he did first, but
Now, excuse me. President Trump wasn't colluding with someone to allow Ron DeSantis to be illegally arrested and transported out of state.
Well, as far as I know, Brian, all that hasn't even happened.
Well, it was going to happen, and he said if it did happen, he wasn't going to get involved.
And the one thing also too, Brian, that upsets me very much is President Trump in his position when he gave those text messages out, I'm going to be arrested, protest. I didn't see that adjective peacefully in there. See that?
Oh, he had the right peacefully in there for you to know that he meant peacefully? Oh, my goodness. No, I'm not ready for this because we're going to talk to Attorney Barry Siegel at the Siegel Law Group. Hey, Barry, how you doing?
I'm great. How are you?
Doing great. What do you have for us today, Barry?
You know, we have, as we go through life, we have regrets sometimes. And some of the things may be small regrets, but some may be larger regrets. And one of the things that if we actually understood and knew about this mistake, it would certainly be something that we would regret, and a lot of people have regretted. And it's not finding out about the real story about whether or not you could qualify to get government benefits, pay for the care of yourself, your spouse, or a loved one who may be spending a lot of money on home care, assisted living, or nursing homes unnecessarily. Of course, the first thing you think is, well, gee, we have too much in income, too much in assets. That's not for us. And that is the mistake you may end up coming to regret, because we offer a free consultation where we will review the situation that you're in, your income, your finances, your complete circumstances, and we will be able to let you know whether or not you could qualify. And this is something that you may need now. Maybe you're already in a facility and spending down money, or you're already getting care at home, or maybe you just want to find out for the future, hey, is this something that's even on the table for us or not? That's something that we're going to be able to look at and give you an idea. That way you won't have the regret thing. And we can most likely, for most people, protect a lot of your assets and prevent you from potentially going broke.
That's right. And the Siegel Law Group, Attorney Barry Siegel, has an entire team of experts who deal just in this Medicaid planning. They're top experts. Don't Google, don't ask your friends. Google doesn't know what they're talking about, and neither do your friends. And don't think you got too much money or you own a house. Let the Siegel Law Group tell you what the situation is. Now, the Siegel Law Group, of course, has offices throughout Palm Beach, Broward, and Dade, but cover the entire state of Florida. It is always a free consultation. If you mention you heard Attorney Barry Siegel on the radio, you can find them online at siegellawgroup.com or call toll-free 855-FLA-3782, 855-FLA-3782. All right, Attorney Barry Siegel, we'll talk next week. All right, take care. Now, we're at the end of the show, so not time for another call, but you on hold, of course, can hold through the weekend, and you'll be first in line Monday morning at 6. All right, guys? But I do want to remind everybody, and this is important, there's a Trump rally in Texas Saturday night. The president is live streaming on his YouTube channel. He was just reinstated to YouTube, and please watch the rally on President Trump's YouTube channel. The world record for the largest number of viewers on a YouTube live stream is just over 8 million. If Trump could break the world record and have the largest audience to a live event in the history of YouTube, that would be a massive news story. That would be huge, huge. So it's Donald J. Trump on YouTube. Donald J. Trump on YouTube. I'm Brian Craig. This is the Steve Kane Radio Show, Florida's longest running radio show. We'll see you Monday. God bless America, and God bless Donald Trump.
WWNN Pompano Beach, WIRK HD3 Indiana.
All right, guys, I got to go. Make sure you subscribe and like the video. I'll see you soon. Take care.